Hello, hello. Welcome everyone. Probably should get some music up, and by music I mean just the game music. Oh, I need to take the splash screen off. Fuck that. Fuck that. Because that's going to do it every time I launch it, and I'm going to have to launch it a lot. So let's turn that off. None of that today. So before we get started, waiting for everybody to kind of fill in, I'm going to be doing what I've already been doing, and that's working on Lawrence's Myers-Briggs thing. I need to do this for all of my characters, but obviously it's a bit time-consuming, so I'm like slowly working on it. How was y'all's night? Pretty good, pretty good. I didn't sleep the best in the world, but it enabled me to get up early this morning, so kind of worth it. Kind of worth it. I had a good breakfast too. I always have a good breakfast before streams on Saturday. You adapt easily to new and unfamiliar situations. No. You are prone to worrying that things will take the... Yup. In groups and conversations, you strongly prefer listening to speaking. I feel like it's a medium agree. When faced with new, complex, and ambiguous problems, you tend to feel overwhelmed rather than excited. Agree. You believe relying more on rationality and less on feelings would improve the world. Sorry, I was messing with the desktop audio. Can it be heard? Like the music over here? I don't even know. You believe relying more on rationality and less on feelings would improve the world. Disagree. I don't hear music. Okay. That's weird that it's not picking up on the display. What do? That's kind of important. Is it just because it's quiet? Because that might be it. Okay, I think it's just quiet. I was worried there for a second. It should be able to be heard now. Okay. Let me turn it up. Yeah, because it wasn't showing on the display in OBS, and I was like, that's not right. Hi, Chai! We're doing the Myers-Briggs test for Lawrence as we're waiting. So I'm trying to fill it out really, really fast. You prefer to do chores before allowing yourself to relax. That's a heavy agree. Or a medium agree. You would rather be in charge of improving team efficiency than morale. Agree? You find it challenging to express excitement outwardly in social situations, even for topics you're passionate about. Small disagree. Your mood can change very quickly. Agree. In a conflict, you prioritize objective solutions over personal needs. Small disagree. You often end up doing things at the last possible moment. I disagree. I don't think you'd be like that. You see yourself as more of a visionary than a realist. Oh, I took this test for so many characters that I don't even take it anymore. I go straight to the tables when I want to figure out someone. I honestly, if I feel like I knew them well enough, I would just do that. But because I don't, I'm just going to have to go through the process until it like becomes like embedded in my head. Kind of like I'm the opposite, but with zodiac signs. Like I know a zodiac sign, like I can call it immediately, but you see yourself as more of a visionary than a realist. Small agree? Small agree. You usually prefer to be around others rather than on your own. Agree. You become bored or lose interest when the discussion gets highly theoretical. Disagree. You find it easy to empathize with a person whose experiences are very different from your own. Agree. You often find yourself procrastinating. Disagree. You rarely second guess the choices you have made. Disagree. I wonder what mine is. I haven't taken it since I was a little babe. I'm trying to remember. Mine is the protagonist, which is... Give me a second. I think I remember. ENFJ? I think? I think mine is ENFJ from what I remember. Unless I'm... Fuck. I'm gonna have to look it up just so I know. Yes, ENFJ. Okay, thank you. Me and Chime have the same one, so I was just like, what the fuck? I took it very recently, too. After a long, exhausting week, a lively social event is just what you need. Small agree. You enjoy going to art museums. I think you would. You often have a hard time understanding other people. Disagree. You like to have a to-do list for each day. Small agree. You rarely feel insecure. Disagree. You avoid making phone calls. I think I would disagree. You often spend a lot of time trying to understand views that are very different from your own. Agree. Yes, it's because we're the main characters. Not the main character. You're often the first among your friends to try new social events or adventures. Disagree. You regularly seek feedback from others in order to improve your efficiency. I think you would. Agree. You are still bothered by mistakes. Yep. You rarely contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life. Disagree. Your emotions control you more than you control them. Disagree. I don't think he's ridiculous. Damn it, now I'm gonna take the test. Do it! Do it! I just wanted to see what Lawrence's was. I'm gonna have to, like, I'll do, like, one for each character as I slowly go onward. You take great care not to embarrass others, even when it is their fault. I would agree. I feel like unless they did something really fucking bad, Lawrence wouldn't want to make them feel bad. Your personal work style is closer to a spontaneous burst of energies than... disagree. When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it will take them to disappoint you. You would love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. Disagree. Pretty big disagree. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time. Disagree. Your friends would describe you as lively and outgoing. Not really. You often have an intuitive sense of how someone is truly feeling. Yes. I mean, hi, yes, because you could tell if they're lying, so that already kind of covers that. And her lovely grandfather, of course. Yeah, you can't forget Grandpa. That's so many, yeah, it really is a lot. But if you do it slowly over time, I mean, I have a cast of like 10 here, so you often feel overwhelmed. Agree. You feel a strong, medium agree. You feel a strong sense of duty and responsibility to all your, yep. You can see metaphors and deeper meanings in everyday occurrences. Small agree. You are willing to give up a good opportunity if you believe something, yep. Literally, yep. You struggle with deadlines. Disagree. You feel confident that things will work out for you. Disagree. But like a medium disagree. And he's a male. I don't know if the people who made this test were under the impression that authors would get a hold of it and try to do it for their characters, so we might just be fucking up their statistics like crazy, and I'm sorry, they should give us a character option, that way it files into the statistics. Don't encourage it. What do you mean? Wait, not Lawrence being ENFJ too, what the fuck? This is a plot twist. I was not expecting that at all. Hold up. I mean, he is the protagonist, but like, what the hell? Hold up. Hold up, wait a minute. Is an extrovert for some reason. I mean, he's not introverted too much. Like, for instance, like, he loves being around his group, and he loves talking to people, and like, you organically in the story have to talk to all the companions on your own, like on his own accord. So he's not scared to talk to people. It's just more like, and I don't know, he likes working in group settings and stuff, so I don't think it's that crazy. He's not just like bubbly. It's pretty like split. So he's very close to being an ambivert almost. Bro be feeling. And judging. Hell on the judging. He's such a judger. Love that for him though. But he's turbulent. See, I'm more assertive, so that's where we divide. I'm so surprised by this. I legitimately was like, what plot twist is this? Okay, well, you know, wish I would have gotten something I didn't know about, but whatever, it's cool, whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay, should probably stop stalling now and actually start playing the game, huh? Alright, so the music can be heard, right? If at any point you can't hear it, just let me know and I'll increase it or decrease it or whatever. Right now it's kind of quiet, but... I don't actually know how to go about this. I played this game a gajillion times, obviously, so I'm just gonna like... And some of you have already played it as well, so I'll just give commentary where it's necessary. And I'm gonna keep it in this windowed mode. I know it's not fun for everybody, but I have to very quickly go back to the actual program itself and fix some things if need to, so there's that. And I need to keep a little notepad up, actually. Give me the sticky note. These are our Wonderland notes. Ignore these. Ignore these. This isn't important. That's very funny that they're just there, though. Okay, so Lord of Lies. Notes. Update. Doo-doo. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, there we go. Yes, I'm also coding on my side. I'm glad that people are being productive. That's what it's all about. I do have a sticky note of our Wonderland theories. At the beginning of every Our Wonderland stream, I listen back to the VOD after I finish my particular playthrough, and I usually think about it for a while, and then I come back and I'm like, ooh, I missed this, and I need to comment on this, and blah, blah, blah. So I keep them on my phone, and then I move them here, and it's a whole process, but yes, I like to keep them. I also have some quaint theories as well, so when that next stream happens, I'll also make that a thing. Basically, if there's a game that I play that needs me to think a little bit more about it, I will. I did it! Yeah, I know. You're incredible. That is to say, your magic was incredible. Thank you, Lawrence. I've been working hard. I think the text speed needs to go up a little bit. I'm impressed as well. Remember, using magic to destroy is easy. Okay, here's an immediate, like, this is okay. This is weird, and I acknowledge this, but this needs to be said. Okay, so it's only you guys right now. If somebody hasn't played this game and doesn't want to be spoiled, very quickly type in the chat, please don't spoil me. It's not a huge spoiler, but, you know, I just wanted to make a point here. Remember, using magic to destroy is easy. I challenge you to both find ways to use your magic to help. Alright, no objection, so we're good. Okay, so the character Kemi, later Duchess, is actually one in this... Okay, they were two separate characters for the longest time. In Princess Poison, in the original game, in the novel, they were just two different characters. I don't even think Kemi was a character in the novel at all, actually. So Lawrence had a childhood friend named Kemi, and then he met Duchess later, and they're completely two different people. Well, when I was working on this game, I decided, because they had a similar color scheme going on, like with the purples and stuff, that I was just going to make them the same character. So I just took two characters and combined them. And what's strange about this particular part is Hendel here, which is Kemi's father, was actually Duchess's husband in the original story. So it's a little weird that her husband became her father, whatever, this time around. But they're simultaneously different characters while also becoming like this weird chimera of a character. But it's the best decision I made to do that because Kemi's role was actually pretty significant in the first game, and I wanted Lawrence to have like this romantic connection be lost, you know, like keep that, but then also add the irony of it where he meets Duchess later and then realizing that it is Kemi, and then I was like, oh, they could be this dramatic reunion and all this stuff, and then I just thought it was fun. It was one of the better decisions I made when I was making this game. But yeah, they were two different characters at one point. Not necessarily. Healing is a very complex skill. I try using your magic defensively as a shield or to empower others first. Regardless, don't let this discourage you too. For being as young as you both are, you have excelled. Excelled they have, but they shouldn't get complacent. Sister Agatha? What brings you here? Is it time for Lawrence's piano lesson already? Sister Madeline sent me, yes. I know it's early, Lawrence, I'm sorry. I did what I could to stall. Also, you might see that the Sister Madeline is sometimes accidentally typed as Adeline, because her name was Sister Adeline for the longest time. But we had to change it, like my beta testers were like, hey, we can't have Sister Adeline and Sister Agatha, that's going to be really confusing. And I agree, it was a little confusing. So we made her Madeline instead. But I missed it a couple times in these texts because I couldn't remember exactly where she was mentioned all the time. So every once in a while she's Sister Adeline. And I'm just now getting the hang of this one spell. Ooh. It's best if we don't risk It's best if we don't risk upsetting. Okay, see, here's an immediate issue. Okay. Handle. Risk upset. And yeah, that doesn't make upsetting, not upset. First cutscene. Little things like this were things I didn't realize until I was watching other people stream, and they might not have picked up on it, or they read it in a weird way, and I was like, and it's always these little issues that only take like a split second to fix. Actually, I should probably do it now before I forget. Boo! Okay, it's in the prologue, not... And that's what the stream is for. I don't know how far we're going to be able to get into the damn game at this rate, but you know, it's fine. It might take 10 years. You are now persistent. It's best we don't risk upsetting anyone in the congregation. There we go. Now it's fixed. That's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently I got INTJ. So you're like basically protagonist, but the introverted. So we're close. Our Myers-Briggs are pretty close. I did that in TNT, and I had my little notepad up while we were streaming. Aww. Oh, I'm an INFP. Okay. Which one is that one? Like, what's the title of it? Like how mine is the protagonist, and apparently Lawrence is, the meditator. Aw, cute. Isn't that like the little green gal with like the flower crown or whatever? It's best if we don't risk upsetting anyone in the congregation. You know how persistent Sister Madeline can be. More importantly, we don't want them to learn the truth behind those apothecary lessons. Also, small fact. Once upon a time, Charles was not Lawrence's brother, and was instead like this kid that he met in the Liars province or whatever. And, Charles was actually an he used to be a healer, and it was because he had apothecary training, and was like, and I don't know, like, Charles is a lot more closer to Zahir in terms of like personality and role in the game, but I ended up scrapping that entirely when I liked the Red Riding Hood part of him, so. Oh, then we're very compatible, like, for friendship. Aw, that's so cute. We'll pick up on the lesson tomorrow. Yes, of course. I want to stop early as well. I don't want to get ahead of Lawrence. You don't have to, Cammy. I appreciate it. I look forward to tomorrow. Until tomorrow, Lawrence. Until tomorrow. And, Jesus, how many times could I say tomorrow? And thank you for teaching me again, Dr. Noel. I'm glad I have. Also, Duchess' name was once upon a time, her full name, I might have to spell it out because it's a little confusing when just said. Her original name was Belkali D. Noel. Now, it's Kemi D. Noel. Obviously had to change it when I realized her name was going to be Kemi. But it was Belkali once before, when Duchess was just her own character. Quickly, Lawrence. Ugh. I was gonna put a piano crash sound, but I'm so bad at finding sound effects and like adding them into the game because it's kind of a pain in the ass. And it's just more files that kind of bloat up the thing. But that was something I had planned. Again, I can't. I'm exhausted. You can. You're nearly there. You wouldn't be struggling so much if you would stop taking those pointless apothecary lessons. You're destined to play for the angels, not be a physician. Matter of fact, you should quit. No! Lawrence, there you are. Sister, is there something I can help you with? I'm so sad I couldn't do italics in this game at all, so it always had to be like these one-off quotations, whatever these things are called. And I hate it. I kind of hate it. But the program, for whatever reason, doesn't allow me to do italics without like another plugin, and it's just like a kind of a pain in the ass. And free sound? Okay, I'll write that down. Maybe not for this game in particular, but in general. I did have to get a bunch of sound effects specifically for the magic attacks and stuff, like the actual animations, but that was already a pain in and of itself. Charles won't go to bed. He keeps asking for Lawrence. Ooh, copying this link. And then pasting it here. That's not the right one. Bruh. Okay, 1 second. Here we go. You're a doll. Oh, whoops. Charles, that new kid? What does that have to do with me? As you can clearly see, young Lawrence is in the middle of a lesson. I use Pixabay a lot for SFX. I can't survive without it. Okay, keep in mind. Me never using sound effects for anything, apparently. To be fair, my programmers usually were on top of that stuff for, like, TNT and CNC, thankfully. Shout out to them for that. And I skipped my text again. Love it. You can handle the child. Sister, it is getting late. We're over once you've nailed the last verse. If I may. Sister Adeline. See, there it is. Immediately. I knew it was coming. I was like, where the fuck does she say Adeline? Right there. Fixing that right now. And it's like such a small little issue, but they add up so much. They add up so much. My cat Lucy is watching with me. Oh, hi Lucy. I hope her ear's a little perked up right then. I could tell she's lying. The children's sleep takes precedent. Be swift. I'm coming. Where is he? Oh. I'll let you get him to bed. We will talk later. This is my first time using this plugin of like moving the camera around, because this isn't in the base game at all, like in the base program. And I did it very shittily. I think I got better at it as time went on, but like this little just movement, I could have moved it right back up after this, but just chose not to, so that's great. But what about Sister Madeline? I'll deal with her tomorrow, don't worry. Just get Charles to bed for me. Okay. That's so weird. Hi. You asked for me? Lawrence! Shh, everyone's sleeping. This is one of my favorite cutscenes, I'm gonna be so honest. I have to tell you something. Tell me whatever you want when you get into bed. Can I tell you now? If you whisper. Can I tell you now? Ugh, yes. Can I come with you when you leave? When I leave? You're almost an adult, right? Sort of, I'm 15. So not an adult. Like, not at all. Sorry I'm late, I'm here now. No, you don't miss anything. We did a Myers-Briggs test for Lawrence while I was, like, prepping the stream, basically. And I'm very early in the game, as you can tell. I've only made it through maybe 2 cutscenes so far. Because I'm fixing the issues as I go. What was I saying? Fuck. Okay, doesn't matter. You'll adopt me, then we can leave. I'm not leaving for a while. And even if I was, I wouldn't take you. I'm not your dad. I don't have a dad. I know, that's why you're here at the orphanage. None of us have parents. I can't be your parent. I'm your brother, if anything. We're brothers? Yeah, we all are. We're all siblings. So we can't leave? Not until we get adopted or become an adult. Oh. Why do you want to leave? My mother wouldn't take me with her. Okay, this is one thing I regret, is I never brought up where Charles's fucking mother is. I just assume she dies at some point. Because of you-know-who. I don't want to spoil it in case somebody actually does, like, not know what's going on. But, like, I just assume she dies. So, spoilers for that, Charles's mother is never really brought back up again. His other family members are, just not her. But she did say this, and I imagine that she was, like, an okay person. Like, she wasn't, like, the worst in the world. But she has, like, very toxic family members around her. She said she'd come back for me. I want to find her. Hi, Hero! How are you? Charles. Also, if you guys know what your Myers-Briggs thing is, drop it down in the chat, because we were talking about it earlier. I am ENFJ, which is the protagonist, and I took one for Lawrence, and apparently he is also the protagonist. And I never thought me and Lawrence really had that much in common, so this is a little bit of a shock to me, to be completely honest. Charles. What if I read you a bedtime story? I like bedtime stories. Shh. Once upon a time, there once was a young boy. How old is he? How old are you? 8. So is he. Now, no more questions or I won't tell you the story. Once upon a time, a long time ago, there was a young boy, the son of a monster. His eyes go wide. He looks like he wants to ask a question, but heeds Lawrence's warning, wiggling under his comforter. The boy, the son of a monster, had a power they had to hide from the rest of the world, otherwise he'd be eaten. The boy didn't look like a monster, so he lived among saints. However, the boy knew the saints weren't honest or all good. There was only one saint with whom the boy felt safe. Her name was... Is he asleep? Agatha. Shh. I like the parallel of Lawrence being like, shh, I'm an adult here. Go to bed, you little tyke. And then also, when another bigger adult shows up, then Lawrence is brought right back to being down to a child. Good work, Lawrence. I knew you could do it. Come find me in the basement. We'll talk there. Originally, you could have just walked down to the basement, but I worried the players were going to want to go outside and do shit. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take the control away from them for a little bit longer. It's fine. Is everything okay? It's important that we keep this conversation brief. The congregation is all at night service, and I volunteered to stay with you children. The boy, Charles, you may wonder why he favors you. That was the hardest part about making this game, I think, is like trying to judge what the players were going to do and trying to make sure that they do what I want them to do, you know? Because, like, it makes sense to you when you're making it. You're like, oh, go here, do this, blah, blah, blah. But, like, when I got the beta testing, they were like, where the fuck am I supposed to go? Like, I was like, I don't know. I thought it was obvious. And, of course, when you're stuck looking at the map for forever, you just assume you know where you're going. It's a lot. Hi, Butter! I'm surprised you're alive. I'm assuming it's late where you are, because usually it is on Saturdays. But I'm glad that you can make it, despite the time. It makes sense. Sometimes you need to control your game, especially for more stuff. Yeah, that was the one saving grace, was that I was like, okay, well, this isn't just an RPG, it's also a visual novel, so if it goes a bit story-heavy from time to time, then that's just part of the novelty. And definitely not because I just don't want to give the players too much control. I just woke up. Well, good morning, or good time zone to you. We are very early in the game. I don't know if you played the game, but I'll give like a very brief summary. We're Lawrence. Lawrence is an orphan, and he's learning magic in secret, and he also plays the piano. It's like the only like big things you need to know. Also, he tucked this little kid in, and his name is Charles, and he's like the youngest orphan. And right now they're discussing why Lawrence even had to do that in the first place. I don't know why exactly, but I have reason to believe it's because you are the eldest, but not one of the adults. He asked to leave with me when I eventually leave the orphanage. Did he tell you why? He said he wanted to find his mother. Apparently she promised to reunite with him at a later date. There's no way that's true, right? I just know she did tell him that. I don't know either, but Charles's mother, much like your mother and yourself, is a witch. Also, we're a witch. It wasn't a guess. She knew Charles's mother was a witch. I think Charles senses some kinship with you. Maybe he can sense your brand, as his mother had one. I feel bad for never putting this in, and I probably should put it in somewhere if I can squeeze it. Lawrence's brand, he does have, it's just not visible. It's on his tongue. So that's the reason why a lot of people can't even see if he has one to begin with, because it's not in a place that most people would see. Which is very Black Butler of me to do. My bad. Somebody called me out for that once, and I was just like, look, man, I'm sorry. Magical brands. They didn't invent magical brands, okay? I think Charles senses some kinship with you. Maybe he can sense your brand, as his mother had one. Is that possible? Even if my brand is hidden? It's very Black Butler, and I hate to say it. I believe so. I never had a chance to ask your mother how her brand worked exactly. It's good Charles favors you, as I want to ask something of you. Of course. I want you to keep an eye on Charles. How so? Does he have a brand? Is he a witch as well? As the expert on witches, the congregation's words, not mine, I am instructed to inspect the children. If Charles was a witch, I'd know. The Black Butler OP does slap in both English and Japanese, I will say that. I think Black Butler is one of the few animes that I do prefer in the English dub because of the fact that they can have accents, you know? Not that I used to like Black Butler, and here's a funny tidbit. The only reason why I finished Black Butler originally, because I remember watching it and not liking it. Even as a kid, I didn't like it that much, but Grell got me through it. Grell made me go through it. And so I finished the entire series just for one side character, but Grell is a fucking like icon, so I don't regret it, not even a minute. It's like I said before, he must have some familiarity with you. What do you and his mother have in common? Our brand. That's correct. But Agatha, I can't look after him forever. I will leave one day. It's best we cross that rift when we come to it. Until then, look after him. I will help you, but I don't want to raise any more suspicions on myself, and by extension, Charles. There's a lot of, like, ENFPs. Wait, was it INFP? INFP? I don't know which one that is. I gotta like get better at knowing them. like the names. Ooh, more INFPs. It's interesting just like on a statistic level of like how many of us are this and how many of us are that. Until then, look after him. I will help you, but I don't want to raise any more suspicions on myself and by extension, Charles. They suspect you? I may be paranoid, but it's best to play it safe, no? You're old enough now to look after yourself, and you did phenomenally with Charles earlier. You can do this. What about Dr. Noel and Kemi? They will also be fine. We just need to stay careful. Dr. Noel will be moving your apothecary lessons to a different location soon. Sister Adeline... Oh, there it is again. Which cutscene is this? Meet with Agatha, I think? Okay. Fucking Adeline, Madeline. There it is. Gotcha. This bothered me so much when I was watching one stream. Oh, eating me alive. Okay, that's fine. She can't do that. Can she? I won't let that happen, don't you worry. Now be gone, off to bed. I don't want Sister Madeline to continue where you left off. Thank you for getting me out of there. My hands are still sore from last week's lashings. Well, remember, tomorrow's the day of the sun. There won't be any lessons, so you can take some time to heal. Go rest. Sleep well, Agatha. Sleep better, Lawrence. Everyone's gone. I must have slept in. Press the arrow. Yeah. I don't know why I'm reading this. I know what to do. Okay, here's a funny thing. So I didn't want to commission child sprites for this section at all. Because they were going to be adults through like 90% of the story. So I was like, okay, but I need to have a face graphic here. So I just zoomed in on their fucking little sprite and I was like, that looks like a child, right? Close enough, whatever. We love limitations. Not knowing how to play my own game. It's fine, don't worry about it. Oh, I'm in always dash. Okay, that's fine. Message speed needs to go up. Oh. Yeah. I've been watching somebody play Chrono Trigger, and I've never experienced that game actually before. And I'm simply adoring it. Let me just say that. It's been a great time. Book, The Strawberry Knight. A book young Charles is reading. It's quite worn down. He must really love this book. Synopsis. Prunella must prove to herself that she is strong enough to win the joust on her own and become Oh! Here it is. Here's an error. My bad, Gray. Become the heroes of legend that she venerates. Okay, well, other than that little issue there, it's pretty good. It should be in books. Strawberry Knight, right here. Oh, it's in the common events. Fuck. Okay. Strawberry Knight, Prunella, and become like the heroes. And become... Okay, it's just this extra the... And become like the heroes she venerates. There we go. I never even noticed that error before, so I'm glad I could fix it. Cool, cool. We love it. That might have been me in the community content. It definitely was. I'll try to find all the community content if I can. Only Dustin Cops it. I was like, what the fuck? Why didn't you give me anything? It's no Larry Bear, but it's cute. And everybody was so mad that they couldn't get into this fucking drawer. So I feel like I should put something here just so people can get off my dick about it. To put it nicely, okay? Okay, so... Really seeing the behind the scenes here. No one is supposed to see this, but here we are, whatever. This is technically in Act 1. Jover, Quinn, night. No, it's morning. There's a lot of maps. I keep all my cutscenes on separate maps so they don't get... So the events, which are these little gray box, don't clash together. The Forbidden Grid. Okay, and let's put... Not a Mantle of Familiarity, Jesus Christ. Let's give them money, please. I'll give them a decent amount of money, though. Joy, you make me want to create an RPG. You should! It's fun. It's I would recommend something very short, though. Shoot for something like an hour, tops. Like 3 maps. Like, keep it really concise. Like, something you can make in a month. Because doing what I did could only be done because of the fact that I had experience doing it before, obviously. Because everybody wants to go and make a 10 plus hour RPG. It's just everybody does it, unfortunately. Okay. I like the music in this section a lot. Let's give 100. Fuck it. No, that's a lot. 10. 10 silver. I forgot the silver fucking icon. What is silver? I have a lot of icons. It's 418, okay. But I can definitely help anybody if they ever are interested in doing it, because I have a lot of hours, so... There we go. That should work. And then... change... Fuck. Change... Seeing how the sausage is made. Okay, that should work now. Is the self switch on? It is, okay. Nothing in there now, but there will be in the future. I experimented a little with RPG Maker years ago and coded the first zone, actually, but yes, I would just make something short to experiment for. Yeah, absolutely. Just have it be like one opening area with some shops and NPCs and stuff. You go to one dungeon and then you fight one boss and then call it a day. Which I think even with that very small, simple formula, you could still get a lot of like significant stuff done in that time. I didn't realize that early on, but obviously it's all dependent on yourself, obviously. I'm mainly speaking to my past self more so than to you. You can't get anything here, and I feel like you definitely should be able to. But whatever. Brother Terrence. Good morning, Lawrence. Sister Madeline is having a scripture lesson at the church. If I were you, I'd skip it. Good on you, Terrence. Oh, something a lot of people don't do is try to talk to the NPCs again, because sometimes they do say something differently. Not always, but... I was so tempted to buy it in Steam whenever it was on sale, but alas, I had no ideas for story merit to making it, though I consider it when I still do not know how to run Pi. I don't know how to run Pi either, so don't feel bad. RPG Maker was a little bit more intuitive for me. I think it wasn't even that. I think it's about the same level of difficulty, but what it is that I wanted to learn RPG Maker, and that makes all the difference. You have to want to do it to learn when it comes to anything. And I just don't with RenPy yet. Sometimes I get in the mood, though. Sometimes I'm like, God, it would just be so much better if I knew. I get so excited to write something, and then I sit down and it's as if all my thoughts fly away through my ears. Real. Sister Amy used to be a lot more significant, but she is not significant at all at this point anyway. So, R.I.P. Sister Amy. There are so many books. This one has a story between a very cute girl and a piece of ham. It's quite bizarre, but also masterful. There are so many books. This story is a chilling thriller about a spider demon who is madly in love with a young veterinarian. There are so many books. This story involves two cowboys falling in love and making a lot of love. Yes, a Kawaii-chan reference. In my story? Who would have thought? Oh, when I experimented with it, I was like 18 or something. Let's say I got the software my own way. I won't tell. This isn't the FBI headquarters, don't worry. Yeehaw, roped in, Karamu, hell yeah. I'm loving everybody getting the references. There's so many books. This one has a story about a girl stuck in her own dream and involves a very pathetic crying man. Now that one's a little bit more obscure, but the girls that know. Sister Nora, I hope you've been reading, Lawrence. I'm not much of a reader, sister. Not even reading sheet music? Well... I suggest you look through bookshelves and find a book you like. The world is full of so many wonderful stories. Just look at these bookshelves, for example. Though I'd avoid reading the Adventures of Justice Hale novels. They are trite. Damn, what does she have against those books? They're fine. A pathetic crying man. That's actually Soulbound, which was Snacks's O2A2 project. It's quite good, you should play it. Justice Hale, yeah! Justice Hale is actually relevant at some point, I swear to God. Maybe not in this game, but in my next game, so relevant. It's insane. Trite is such a good word. It's very fitting. Oh, Soulbound, yeah! That's so fucking funny. It's my game, and I didn't even realize. You didn't realize? Damn it. How many games do you get stuck in your own dream and then there's a pathetic crying man? That is a very specific genre. Good morning, Mother Superior. Lawrence, I'm surprised you aren't at one of your lessons. Oh, it's because of the Day of the Sun. I see. I tried visiting Dr. Noel's clinic the other day, but no one was home. Do your apothecary lessons take place somewhere else? I was worried. We were probably foraging for more herbs. Ah, I see. I want to sit on one of your apothecary lessons, see what you get up to. They're not very fun. It's only to satisfy a curiosity of mine. That isn't a problem, is it? Of course not. Honestly, if I wanted to, there is a certain level of horror of being a child and you're aware that adults and people are constantly lying around you and you don't know why. You just know that they're not telling you the truth ever. And granted, adults lie to children all the time, but like, I don't know. You receive +1 baguette. What a lot of people don't know is that the food heals you in this game. So if you pick up a bunch of food, you can use it and like very quickly heal yourself out of battle if you need to. Lawrence, hello. Do you remember my girls Thea and Helena? I do. How are they? They run an armor shop in a small town in Jaclair White now. I just thought maybe if you do end up traveling to play music there, you should speak with them for old time's sake. You all used to play together so much when they were younger. I'll make sure to do just that if I ever leave. Oh, you will. Sister Madeline has already started making preparations. You may be gone by winter. I see. If you do meet with my daughters, feel free to propose to one of them if you'd like. Do them some good to think of something other than steel. Oh, I couldn't possibly. They're like sisters to me. Well, it was worth a shot. You have my blessing regardless. All right, well, how about I get their blessing? How about that? I didn't put any bookshelves down here, which is a shame. I definitely should. Let me make a note of that. Okay, so bookshelves and basement need references. Bookshelves and basement needs references. Misspelt it, doesn't matter. There's nothing down here, which makes this almost pointless to come down here. I should have at least put a chest or something, God. Lazy. It's almost like I made this game in 3 months or something. If there are any, like, missing things, that's 90% of the reason why I didn't do it. It was just like, I'm so tired. I want to do something else. I'm pretty sure the food saved me a few times at the beginning. Oh, that's good. Don't worry. I absolutely realized food healed. That's good. The alcohol actually restores your MP, but I never wrote it down like an idiot. So people just didn't know what it was for unless they tested it. So let me put that in there now so people know. Where's the minty and fiery booze? And there's plenty of space. Plus 10 MP. No, 15 MP. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, I didn't know about the alcohol because I didn't tell anybody, so that's my bad. Whoops. Whoopsie. There's a very common mistake when you're making a game is that you just assume people know what you're doing. Like, I don't know why. It's dumb. My bad. Yes, didn't know about the alcohol. Whoops. Okay. Fucking... You're gonna see me get so mad at some points. Because, like, I'm telling you, look how simple this issue is. Okay. So the issue here is that the pop here is that little pop window. So when I interact with him, it's like the text is supposed to be over his head. And the pop has a number next to it. And the number is 13, which is the indicator of the ID of the event here. Okay? So it's popping from 13. I don't know where the fuck 13 is, but he's not 13, he's 19. So when I put this to 19, it will pop back over his head when this is reloaded. Not that this is relevant, you know, maybe this is useless, me describing this, but it's such a simple issue, and it bothers the fuck out of me when I see little things like that, because it's like, Joy, really? Really? It's fine. Okay. And then also this guard has this problem. Which one are you, buddy? 15? Alright. I'm sure all the guards have that issue, actually, and I don't know why. Also, another thing is... I hate that you have to walk onto the mushrooms in order to pick them up. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but it's fine. People seem to be able to forage them just fine. These guys don't even talk until you go down here. Where do you think you're going? That swamp is dangerous. Alright. But you know what? I sold all of them to buy those meteor scrolls to kill you, know? Well, that's all that matters. I like the bluesy atmosphere of this game. This area is called Jover, by the way, which is supposed to be Creole, I believe. Like, it's actually based off of a song that I love from a band. And the band is Brockhampton, and so I called this area New Hampton, which is the country. And New Hampton is very Creole French, like, Black French inspired, basically. That's like it's predominantly a black area. It's predominantly like they use a lot of French and Creole language. It's very swampy. It's very New Orleans based. So then I also think of like the French in New Orleans. You know, that it's like voodoo, whatever, witches, bog witches, swamps, all that. That's what I was trying to go for this area. Obviously, there are limitations to what you can do in an RPG like this, but unless I had custom tile sets, which I obviously didn't, so gotta work with what you got. Brenda, you have time. If you have time, you should grab some of the mushrooms that grow. They're good for you. I already did, Brenda. I know more than you. Can't pick up those apples, but you could pick up the baguettes. No carrots, though. R.I.P. Honestly, I should put more interactables in some of these areas, I swear to God, but making interactables is so annoying. And I feel like you get so many items in this game, to be honest. Like, I was, like, Boxcat, like, when I was watching her play, she picked up, like, everything, and she had, like, way too much of stuff she wouldn't even use, to be honest. It's very hard to balance that, to be fair, though, because you don't really know who's going to pick up what, and then, like, how many enemies some people are going to fight. It's tough, but whatever. It's rather to have more than less, I guess. And you can't not pet a kitty in this game. You have to. I don't even give you an option not to. You cannot be a monster playing my game. Also, just in a character sense, there's no way Lawrence would see a cat and not pet it, so... I'm gonna say, just... The game might accidentally crash on me. Sometimes it does do that, and because I'm streaming, I worry that it might do that, but I think it should be fine. Do you have any coin, or are you here to waste my time? I have a little. I have 7. You can't even really buy anything in this area. I mean, I guess you could if you wanted to, but there's really no reason to. Same, I didn't dare to sell. Can you even sell here? Okay, you can. Sorry, I'm gonna sell the books. You don't need the books. I don't know how much you sell it for. Oh, 1. Okay, so it's not even worth selling, but... And I'm selling all my mushrooms. Fuck that. I don't even use them. I be selling like crazy in RPGs. I sell everything. Some people are hoarders. That ain't me. Will there be doggos? There might be. There might be. No, all the chatters! She's worth a lot. Oh, Lawrence, good you're here. I have to leave for just a moment. Watch the children until I get back. Okay. Yo, that's just being a kid, being forced to do things you don't want to fucking do. It's like, damn. It's like you walked into an unskippable cutscene. or a side quest you couldn't avoid. Is Charles gonna be okay? Children, settle down. Charles just ran off a bit too far. The brothers and sisters are all looking for him. It's nothing serious. You don't need to concern yourself with with Lawrence. No, you don't need to concern yourself with Lawrence. I'll be back. Jesus. Valerie, do you know where Charles might have gone? Yeah. Is Charles gonna be okay? The sooner we can find him, the better, but you all know him better than me. Charles is really smart, and I don't think he'd get into any danger. Why do you say that? Charles is really cool. He likes going outside, and he tells me all these cool things he knows from books and stuff. He knows all about animals. And he tells me when one of the boys is picking on me. Yeah, he sounds like a good kid. Not them saying yeah. Huh? What do you mean, yeah? Oh, that's fantasy dialogue right there, if I've ever seen it. Where the fuck is this cutscene? Is it an optional cutscene? I don't remember. Here's the issue, is I don't always remember where I put it. Okay, cool, it is. Stop saying yeah. Just say he. There you go. Lord of mercy. Yeah. If he sounds like a good kid. If you say he's capable, then I have no doubt that he's okay. When you find him, tell him to come home. I miss him. I will. More of the forbidden grin. Charles went missing. Is Charles dead? Martha, relax. No, don't say that so loudly. Oh, well, that's good. Where did he go? That's what I was hoping to ask you. You don't have any idea where you might be? No idea. Thank you, Martha, for all your, help. Don't mention it. Martha's a queen. Monty, could you help me by telling me where Charles might be? And that's cut off, so that's great. Love that. Yeah, well, I was pushing that one. Save. Will you not tell me? I don't know. Okay, if you find out anything, will you tell me? Yes. I hope you find him. I will. Don't you worry about it. And everybody's favorite character. Can you help me by telling me where Charles might be? Why? Because he went missing and he's your brother here, so I want to look for him. Why? I already said why. Why? I don't think I'm going to get anywhere here. Why? Because I'm leaving. Why? That is the most 12-year-old dialogue I've ever seen in my life. Maybe not 12, like 10-year-old. Honestly, I wanted an RPG game where you can actually explore out of the bounds in places like Walk in the Darkness and discover a secret room in an RPG. Ooh, you definitely can do that. Lol, Oswald. I like rewarding exploration. Sometimes I'm just bad at thinking of good ideas, though, on the spot, so it's just like, I was kind of limited by just how many ideas I could pump out when I was, like, in crunch mode. Thank you, Lawrence. The matter is being dealt with. And then you can talk. Don't concern yourself with Charles, Lawrence. Leave that matter to the adults. He'll be back in no time, I'm sure of it. Lawrence, can I come to your next apothecary lesson? You wouldn't enjoy it. Isn't apothecary about shooting bows and stuff? That's archery. Oh. It's like, alright. She appears to be sleeping with her eyes open through Sister Madeline's teachings. Why? Don't even say anything and he says why. Fuck you, Oswald. Okay, and then... I'm not annoyed, you're annoyed. Stupid. Guard, you're 16. Why are they all 13? How lazy could I be? 12. So close and yet so far. Fixed. One less thing to stress about. And here's the thing, I'll be real, when I was doing my update, like my most recent one, which I did make a decent amount of improvements, especially in the combat area, I just hate replaying the game, to be honest. Like, it's not so bad right now, because I'm streaming it to other people, I'm not just playing by myself, but replaying your own game for, like, the gajillionth time by yourself is maddening. Wait, can we explore an out-of-bounds, place here beyond the Forbidden Grid? Not really, it'll just lead to another map. But it is possible to do it, I just didn't really do it. We're roommates, if you must know. It's far too expensive otherwise. You know, Odette, I didn't really care what you were doing, but, you know, you live your life. What I wouldn't give to be laying on the beaches of Costa right now. I mean, that's great, but y'all need to get out of my way. Oh, you do have something in here. Cool. I was like, I think that's it, though. Yeah. They were roommates, of course. I was very proud of that one, I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to include more, like, NPCs just lying, because I just thought that was interesting. The door is locked. Kemi and Dr. Noel must have started their lesson. Honestly, I think I severely underutilized it, to be honest. Because I feel like people be lying a lot in everyday conversation, especially to strangers they don't know. Why do I look so gray? Whatever, it's better than the red I looked earlier. They should be in the forest. I'll have to go alone. I must be careful. The gray is fitting with the actual game itself. Did I go through every building? I think I did. Yeah, I did. You can thank Chime for these names, by the way, because I was like, I need to make the forest have French names, please. And a lot of people were like, oh yeah, Forest of Decay, that makes sense. This is Forêt de l'Ore, which is like, I know I butchered the pronunciation, but it's supposed to be rainbow or like beginnings or light, I think, something along those lines. Like, it's supposed to allude to that. So it's like the light, happy forest, and then you have the dark, not so happy forest, basically. Chime has probably a more correct Oh, Force of the Dawn, there you go. Which is, it translates to like light and new beginnings. It's like supposed to have that imagery. So, thanks to him for that. You've entered an area with on-map enemy encounters. When you get close to enemies, they will attempt to chase you. If they catch you, you will enter a battle. However, you can bypass the enemies if you have enough skill. Enemies can't follow you into new areas. You can also get the jump on enemies by approaching them from behind. However, the enemy can do the same to you. Good luck! Does that tutorial restart if I come back in? No! Okay. Proud of past self for not allowing that. Damn it. Not me not being able to escape it. Trevor! I'm gonna make Lawrence stronger this time. Because Lawrence is like pretty strong at the beginning, but slowly loses his strength as the game goes on. Like, it's ridiculous. He just becomes like the dedicated healer. Fuck up the grubs. I don't need to tremor them again. And the reason why these enemies do no damage to you right now is if you equip your armor, you're pretty strong, like immediately. And that's why using your weapons and armor is very important, because it makes all the difference in terms of leveling. I think that's true for every game, but it's especially true with how I balance this one. Indicate isn't a French word. Fair enough, yeah. I mean, you can pronounce it in a French way. I want to see if I can just juke out my own enemy. Haha, get wrecked. But I'm a fuck, I forgot to put up I needed to put the foliage grippers on. Watch me lose my own game. How great would that be, huh? I could indeed pronounce it in the French way. And I don't know how clear this was, but the abilities that you use, the magical abilities, if it cost NP, you cannot miss the ability. It might not do damage, but you cannot miss it. It will not allow you to miss it. It is a certain hit. However, if you use your basic attacks, you have a chance of missing, but you don't use any MP. So that was like the basis of like how you use that, basically. I didn't equip the armor and lost so many HPs at this part. Oh, Joy, do you grind with the store or you have to grind separately? You don't, I actually don't think you need to grind at all in this game. You definitely can, in certain areas if you'd like to, but it is not a requirement by any means. I balanced it so that way you can just kind of play all the way through. And if things get too hard, you could just meter or scroll everybody to death. That was my solution to just, in case things are just a little too hard. Because I know some people are just playing for the visual novel part, and they don't want to get too caught up in the RPG stuff, so if they want to engage with the RPG, it's optional to just not use those items. But if it's too taxing and too annoying, then you can just do it the other way. But I want to avoid the battles. I am a noob! Unfortunately, that isn't an option. I'm sorry. But, I mean, watching the streams is a way to avoid the battles. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So it's a 10-hour game. It's probably going to be less for me. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know why I'm dodging it. I want to fight every enemy, so I'm just being ridiculous. Also, this part is confusing for people because the Pixies have a confuse option, but there's Lawrence can't be confused. And I'll show where that is in a second. And I have no mana, whoops. I don't know why the question mark is backwards on that. I tried to fix it, but for whatever reason it just didn't allow me. I am reminded of Kawaii-chan fairies. I feel bad if I associate it with Kawaii-chan. I want to beat her. On a real note, I feel like Kawaii-chan is really strong. It might even take more time for you as you're fixing the bug. Maybe, maybe. To be fair, some of the bugs only take like a second to fix, so it might just even out, you know? And then like me playing the game, I know where to go and stuff, and like I think that part might take less time, so it might even out, I don't know. Regardless, I'm not going to rush it too much, because I want to get a thorough, good final update that I'm happy with. Lawrence, you're here. I would have been here sooner, but the forest was more lively than usual today. At least the pixies can't confuse you, given your marked ability and all. That's why I decided to include that line. That was not there originally. I had to add that in so people just had that idea. I almost slept through today's lesson as well. Speaking of which, where's Dr. Noel? Father? He needed to get something from the clinic, so it's just us for now. Right. Come, I want to show you this spell I just learned. Perhaps you can show me what moves you used on those mischievous pixies. Gladly. I need a break. Me too. Father and I heard you play last night when we got home. You did? Oh. I need to turn up the music slightly for this. Because there are some original tracks in here, done by EJ. Shout out to them. Eric. Eric for making a lot of... not all the tracks. Obviously, I had to use a lot of free asset tracks, but he made some custom ones, and this is one of the custom ones. Along with, like, the main theme and one of the battle themes. You did? Oh. You sounded wonderful. Father says that one day you'll play the Angels' music all across Fae, is that right? I suppose so. Sister Madeline certainly thinks so. Can you sing as well? I've been told so, but I get too nervous. I'm sure it's just as delightful. Your life will be a dream. That's kind of you to say, truly. But if it were up to me, I'd want to learn magic for the rest of my life. Maybe become a doctor like your father, like you. Learning magic is fun, but you'll never make a living this way. Besides, you'd make a far better musician. You can travel the world and not be confined to live out your days in this little village. I envy you for that. The track is magnificent, truly. Very blessed. But it sounds so lonely. What if you went with me when I eventually leave? Lawrence, that sounds wonderful. So you will? I'd want nothing more. Lawrence listened intently, as he always had when Kemi spoke. But he needn't listen much longer before she brought her face close to his, her mouth hanging just before his, waiting for him to close the gap. And he did. Nothing came more natural to him than that. His first kiss, it was softer, warmer, and more comforting than he had dreamt it to be. He enjoyed her presence and felt deep satisfaction that his feelings for her weren't just his own. You're back! This was a confession, yeah, so early in the game. Holy shit, how did this happen? I feel like a lot of people are super surprised when they get to this point. They're like, wait, huh? What's going on? It makes more sense later, for sure. Wait, did you give alcohol to teenage Lawrence to gain MP's joy? I didn't. You don't get to use the alcohol until the 10-year time skip. So, I did not. But even then, aren't 15-year-olds in other countries drinking alcohol? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. What's wrong? We've no time for idle chatter. Mother Superior has called all residents to report to the cathedral. It's urgent, she said. I don't want to say any more until we arrive. Another interrupted lesson. Nevertheless, let's hurry. I'm sure you are all wondering why I called you here on such short notice. It has come to our attention that young Charles has taken his place among the angels. It was a horrible tragedy. Just wandered off. He was in the Forest of Decay. The guards found his body there this morning. It's believed he was poisoned. We've given him a proper burial and prayed that he is in a better place with the angels. Yeah, Lawrence is only 15 here. I know how hard this is to hear. It's even harder to say. Let us all take a moment to remember Charles and to remember how short life can be. Thank you everyone for being here. You are free to go on about your days. There won't be a service today in order to properly mourn this terrible loss. Before Lawrence could whisper, "My suspicions? You mean his suspicions? Wow, okay. Alright, cool. Love that. What cutscene is this?" It should be in the prologue, not here. Magic lesson, eulogy, yeah. Hopefully don't look at this for spoiler reasons, if possible. Before he could whisper... Before Lawrence could whisper his suspicions to Agatha, she stopped him with her hand. There you go. Thank you. I feel like I'm not the greatest at making maps at all, but, you know, you do what you gotta do. I think I got better as I went on, and actually my husband made some of them as well. Before Lawrence could whisper his suspicions to Agatha, she stopped him with her hand and whispered, "We'll discuss this at Hendel's clinic." It's jungle rot. I'd suggest bathing with these salts and some vinegar, and that should help. Thank you so much, Doctor. How much do I owe you? We don't charge for simple ailments. Just pay me back by wearing better boots. I will. Psst. Lawrence, sit with me. Thank you for making us tea, sister. It was no problem. Why are we drinking tea right now? It's in hopes it will keep you calm so we can discuss this properly. I saw your face during service. What did you hear? Everything out of her mouth was a blatant lie, and everyone believes her. Charles is alive. I have to find him. Lawrence, I understand, but I brought you here to discuss what we can do. We don't want to raise any more suspicion. Did they do something to him? If they felt the need to lie about it, something unsavory must have happened. He's just a little boy. Why? The congregation is aware of Charles's origins. Perhaps he gave himself away. My efforts to protect him have failed. You shouldn't blame yourself. Whoever killed Charles is responsible. No, Mother Superior said he was dead, and that was a lie. He's still alive, and I can find him. And then what? I can prove she was lying. She said that Charles wandered off into the Forest of Decay. But Lawrence, if that's true, Charles very well could be dead. I have to know if there's even the smallest chance. There's no talking you out of this, is there? No. If they did something to Charles, then I am also as good as dead unless I can expose her. I mean, he's so young, all alone. No one else will know he's alive. I am the only one who can help him. I'll go with you. You won't. I know just as much magic, if not more than Lawrence does. Why can I not go? Now is not the time to discuss it. Charles is in danger and Lawrence will go. But not alone. Whom will I go with? Sister Agatha? You, Dr. Noel? Charles is Lawrence's little brother. They're siblings because they're in the orphanage, so he's his little brother, but they're all orphans. But he's like the youngest orphan boy, basically. And Charles feels a kinship to Lawrence because they both have mothers who are witches. And that's like basically the only thing we know yet without spoiling. But yes, they're technically brothers. Before that, take these. Just not by blood. You received a pair of good boots. Thank you. I'll meet you in the entrance of the forest. That's where your companion will be. Please be safe, Lawrence. I will. Thank you, Doctor, for your hospitality as always. We're always happy to have you. And Lawrence, please, come back safely. When you do, I'd like to give you my blessing. Father? You mean Kemi and I? I am not blind. There is something truly beautiful that blooms between you two. I'd love to call you my son. Thank you, but Kemi. I hadn't expected to confess like this, but yes, I would love to be by your side. Even in danger. Enough. Safe travels again, my son. I'll be back with Charles, I promise. And then you can go back in here. Thank you again, Dr. Noel, or Dad. We will work on it, young Lawrence. I wanted to tell you the swamp, the Forest of Decay, is filled with venomous creatures. You'll want to take some antidotes with you. Thank you, I will. Help yourself to anything in my clinic for your journey. And again, come back safely. I wish I could come with you still. I would feel better if you didn't. Please come back to me. Of course, I'll come back, with Charles by my side. I promised, didn't I? You do always keep your promises. What you find are mostly dusty medical books, but among them you can see a sheet of parchment that catches your eye. You found +1 poem! More community content we love! This one is called The Thin Line Between, a small poem written by Kemi. She doesn't think it's very good, but Lawrence smiles every time he reads it. And it reads, Never a dance, never a duel, yet here we prance as utter fools. In your arms I am anything but, and all my fears surely cut. Wow, Kemi. You look through the bottles on the shelves and find +2 antidotes. Get some health potion, MP. You get an onyx ring in here. Whoop whoop. Some monies. You know, all the good. There's some pretty good stuff in here. I already got this, okay. Goodbye, everyone. And then... let me see... oh, I need to MP. I need to MP. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. And eat one baguette. There. Time to leave. And the guards just disappeared, so don't worry about it. You won't be able to return to Jover past this point. Would you still like to leave? Yes. And my background on my green screen here is actually this location. I was like, yeah! Agatha, watch out. Wait. This bane isn't going to harm us. Aren't they venomous? Extremely. However, Dr. Noel and I have been domesticating these breeds for years. This hound is but a puppy. She's incredibly intelligent. I've asked her to go with you to find Charles. She has his scent. Even in this weather? Banes are indigenous to New Hampton. They are born from these swamps. She can smell Charles all over this place. She's ready to go when you are. Bane? Like my surname? Yes. Iris, her lover, Lawrence Sr., was quite fond of exotic creatures. Your mother joked that she was among them. But that's a story for another day. This swamp is exceptionally dangerous. You'd be lucky to find the boy alive. We will see. Lawrence, you are a special boy to me. You've always been good and obedient. Don't let this place be your grave. Harness all the skills you've learned and live to see another day. Yes, goodbye, Sister Agatha. For now. Hound has been added to your party! You've gained a party member. Party members follow you, fight alongside you, and comment on current events. Saying comment on current events makes it sound like they, read the news. So, Hound is Lawrence and Charles's most loyal companion. She's immune to poison and loves to play. And then Lawrence is, due to Lawrence's marked ability, he's immune to confusion in battle. Nobody really reads the statuses, I've noticed, and that's okay. They don't really have to, but I realized that people didn't really. Climb the vines. Boulder toss! Me and Chowder kept making the joke that the boulder tosses, Lawrence just has infinite boulders at his disposal all the time. Just in case. Ugh. Iced coffee just became water. That's no good. Hey. We have acquired the dog. Who is just Hound right now. When I originally planned this, I did not plan for the dog to be the first companion you get, but then it just kind of made sense as I was working on it. I was like, hey. Yeah, I keep poisoning my dog. Ain't got nothing on us. Smack him with our staff. Don't worry about it. Weird. Fucking him up. Not me being proud of myself. Alright, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I think I can feed these to... I can. Okay, here's another thing. So people, you can eat the mushrooms to heal you, but when you look at the mushrooms, they say, heals plus 5 HP sometimes. It also has a chance to poison you. Eat at your own risk. And a lot of people are like, well, then I'm not going to eat them because they're not going to heal me because I'll get poisoned. But what they forget is you end up getting 2 party members who are immune to poison, so you're supposed to use them for those particular party members, Hound being one of them. Think smarter, not harder, you know? But to be fair, sometimes it's hard for me to translate this kind of, what you're supposed to do into game. Tremor does so much at the beginning of the game, and then you just slowly lose your power. Yeah. And when you level up, it gives you all your HP and MP back. So if you know you're going to level up really soon, you can avoid using your healing items and MP stuff. We got a stone collar. I'm not even reading my item descriptions. Whoops. Will make Hound both rough and now tough. Maybe this is why I didn't read them. I remember the beginning being so hard somehow. I kept trying to run away from enemies. Oh! It is a little intimidating, I think, as a first area. But this is one of my favorite dungeons I think I made. Like, it feels the most, like, I don't know, atmospheric, I guess. Then some people got the dead man's helmet, some people did not. His helmet is still in good shape, however, will you take it? Yep. And so you can get an item here that you wouldn't get otherwise. And it does a lot, so it's worth getting. Yes, all the items have descriptions. I've been doing a really bad job of reading them out. HP heals 50%. Kiss of Life. Brings one dead ally back from the dead with 30% chance of HP. Said to be water kissed by an angel. Not sure if, yeah, I read that one. Baguettes. A baguette with a perfect crust and length. Okay. Recovers 10 points of HP. Removes poison. Some of them I got lazy with, as you can tell. Just some old rags. A round blue coat that was once too big for Charles to wear. Peridot collar. A simple collar. Yeah. Nothing crazy. Item lore. Okay, the Kiss of Life actually does have some extensive lore in this game. I try. Oh, I got that. Pried it off his dead head. Alright, Carrot. But yes, the dead man's helmet. I was worried some people would skip past it, but I'm glad that they didn't. Kicking their ass. They can't do nothing. Let's go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Yeah, I'm sure the dungeons are going to take like no time for me pretty much because I just know where the fuck I'm going. Whereas if somebody was playing for the first time, they're like, oh, what am I doing? Where am I supposed to go? And also for playtesting, playing through your own dungeons over and over again makes you want to just off yourself. Like, not to be dramatic, but yes, the beginning was hard to be, lol. Admittedly, I was running after the events because I was worried about being underleveled, but still. Important worry. Originally, the dungeon was actually backwards. Where you exit is where you used to enter from, and then where you entered was where you exit. I hope that makes sense. It was just backwards. And it made a lot more sense to put the entrance at the top, and then you move all the way to the left, basically. I can only imagine as if playtesting DNs wasn't already time-consuming enough. Oh my god. Yeah, and then I decided to do both. But it's all good. There are ways to avoid it, but... The worst part, I'm gonna be real, the worst part about making this game was making a satisfying combat system because I'd never done it before. And I think I did okay, considering. Like, it could definitely be worse, but I think as the game progresses, I care a lot less about it, and I just threw, like, a bunch of shit in there. But it's gotten a lot better, I think. Like, when I was watching other people play it, they seem to be having fun with it, so I'll take it. You can't come with me. Yet. When can I? Your mother only told me to give this to you. We will let you know when it is time. I don't want to be alone. You won't be. Lawrence! Charles! Oh my god, your face! What did you do? It's a gift, child. Don't be ungrateful. Be good, my boy. We will see each other soon enough. Hold on! Why is he not running there? What the fuck? Okay, who is that? Why did you leave? What happened to your face? What's going on? I didn't know you had a dog. What's its name? I'll let you name the dog if you answer all my questions. Deal? Deal. Who was that? My grandmother. Did she hurt you? No. What did she give you? Her power. Do you know what it does? I can find people. What do you mean? If I have a piece of your hair, I could find you no matter where you go. My grandmother gave me one of her teeth. Somebody said that the grandmother gave Charles her dentures, and I've never been able to, like, unthink that now. So, like, that's mildly canon. She wants me to find her when the time is right. When will that be? I don't know. Okay, well, we have to leave. We need to get back. You know what, Butter? We're about to name the dog. I'm gonna let you name the dog. Because I don't know if you'll play the game, but I want you to have the experience of naming the dog. Not Charles and the Hound having the same skill. Oh, like tracking? Yeah. So, okay. So in the original Princess Poison, this was originally Lawrence's ability. So in the novel, Lawrence had no fighting capabilities. He had no magic. He was just a guy who could find people. So he's hired by the witch hunting group to just be their tracking dog, basically. So he had even less of like a purpose in the story. Not a purpose in the story, but he had less agency as a person. And obviously that wasn't going to work as well for an RPG, so I decided just to scrap that. And give it to Charles instead, and Charles is just a lot different. I had to move a lot of things around. But Lawrence used to be the tracking dog, and he was known as like the Hound, and it used to be like a source of like uncomfort for him, in that he was known as like the king's dog and all this shit. So we still kind of kept that a little bit, but you know, we switched it around, and I'm happy that I did. And then I ended up Charles and Lawrence, they just swapped powers, because Charles used to have the lie detecting thing, and it was not as central to the story at all. It was just kind of like he would help every once in a while and fix a couple plot issues, but it wasn't really a big deal. And I was like, but that's a perfect power for a main character to have. So that's where a lot of the main story changes happen, because of that one simple swap. I love all this behind the scenes lore. There's a lot, especially for this game. That's why I thought it would actually be okay, because I've spent way too much time with this story, like way too many times, and it's taken so many different forms. And you guys have read the devlog, so you're kind of aware of some of it, but there's so many little itty bitty details that I made because of I had to change this and this needed to work for that, and so on and so forth. So yeah. Okay, keep your hood up. Try to cover your face. Why? Please, just do as I say. Oh gee, I'd be happy to, but I guess Huggy if the dog was a girl? Yeah, she is a girl. Lol, I named my dog Stuffed Toy Huggy, or Herbie if it was a boy, based on my first puppy. That's so cute! Huggy it is. It's a perfect name. Please, just do as I say. We have to go to Sister Agatha. Come on, let's go. Wait! What? We made a deal. I want to name him. Him? Oh, you mean Hound. I almost forgot. The Hound is a girl. I want to name her. You can. What do you want to call her? And then, yeah. Huggy. You. Not me not knowing where it is. G-Y. Huggy. Huggy. Not a name I would have chosen, but alright, her name is Huggy. Well, you didn't choose it, Lawrence. Butter did. or Charles. And I thought this was like a fun organic way to have the so if you gave the Hound a joke name, which is what I figured a lot of people would do, you know, and that's fine, that's perfectly fine, but then it, like, the explanation is that an 8-year-old named the Hound, so like it makes sense that the Hound has a silly name. You know. Huggy. Charles has been added to your party. So now when you go to your menu, we have Huggy. Everybody needs shit. Child Butter is screaming. Aww. And then a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, did Charles get burned? Is he Zuko? And it's like, no, this is just supposed to be a shadow. He's not Zuko. Even though the overlap is kind of big. There are various potions. Yeah, it says the same thing each time. You get a bunch of junk here. Yeah. There are a bunch of books, mostly in the Adventures of Justice Hale series. The yellow book catches your eye. You found +1 book. And then the book is The Mountainside Sunfall. A book found in Charles's grandmother's basement. It's extremely rare and worth quite a lot. Book number 506 of the Adventures of Justice Hale series. This is one of the rarest books in the series. Only a total of 20 were sold. On this adventure, Justice takes a solo journey to a mountainside village where the sun doesn't shine. Justice has to solve the dark magic at play to protect the town before winter comes. And we got a meteor scroll, woo! Which is basically like The Meteor Scroll is inspired by two things. I played a lot of Final Fantasy III, and you get... I think there is an item called a Meteor Scroll in that game, or something adjacent to it. And then in Resident Evil, you get a bazooka when you fight, like, a boss battle at the end of every game. So it felt like that as well, so I made, like, a slight allusion to that. I just like having a damaging item in the game. I think that's, like, fun. Because they're technically optional. You don't have to use them at all. And they sell for quite a lot, so you can just buy more items or more things if you just want to play in a normal way. The climbing down animation looks so silly. Oh. Oh. This wasn't here before. Why they blood now? Oh no. Not blood. Lawrence had seen the blood, felt the stillness and emptiness of the forest, but he hadn't realized the cause. Not until he witnessed a sight he'd never forget. Agatha! Agatha, wake up! Agatha! Oh, by the way, Agatha is named after a dog that I had for a very long time, since like 2010 or something. And she died a couple years ago. Like, I don't know. In like 2019, 2020, something like that. 2021 even? I don't know. She died not too long ago. But I wanted to, and we used to just call her Agatha, even though her name is Aggie. Like, we would just always call her Aggie, but then when we got mad at her, we'd be like, Agatha! It's, I don't know, something about her. And the reason why she was called Aggie was because she was a rescue dog, and she was from Texas. And they brought her to where I live. And there's a sports team, I think, called the Texas Aggies. So that's why they called her that. And oh no, the game froze. Fuck. See, sometimes it does do this, so you have to save frequently. But I'm glad that I did save frequently, because that would be annoying. The game was just like, stop talking, Joy. Otherwise I'm gonna freeze up on you. Oh, I have to get that chest again. Damn it. And I disabled some of these vines. Fuck, whatever. Oh, so Butters Huggy is quite close to Agatha, actually. Yeah! That's very sweet, actually. And she was basically my dog. Like, I was very close to her. Oh gosh, such a sweet way to immortalize Agatha. Yeah, we love Agatha. I actually immortalized another dog that I had, and her name is Daisy, and that's Granny's name in Tattoos and Tulips. And also my favorite flower, so... Lawrence, what's going on? Why isn't she moving? Because we froze. Last time. Mother Superior? Please, you gotta help Sister Agatha. She's not moving. No sudden moves, child. What? Why? What's going on? We've come to take you back. I like how we were... Oh, my sweet dead dog. Well, Agatha's just dead. Did you hurt Sister Agatha? Don't call that witch sister. Did you hurt her? She hurt herself. You killed her! If you cooperate, you'll be spared. We just want to arrest Charles. You're lying. You're still lying. No, we're not going anywhere with you. Then you'll join your fellow witch. Guards. Charles, get behind me. Originally, Charles was going to be in this boss fight, but then I was like, a child in a boss fight doesn't feel right to me. Like, Lawrence is 15, which I feel is a little bit more competent for, and he knows magic. I feel like Charles wouldn't have any combat experience at this point right now. So I was like, I don't feel comfortable putting him in this boss battle. So I just opted out. But originally he was supposed to. Also, this is something a lot of people don't realize, is when you use your mouse, you can hover over, like, these status effects, and when they pop up here on the side of your characters as well. And it'll tell you what the thing does and how long and all that stuff. I did not know, OMG. Yeah, I unfortunately, and I know, maybe I should put a thing somewhere that, like, tells you, but I thought it might be obvious, like, if somebody was just, like, accidentally, like, moving around, they might see it, or they'd be like, what the heck is that? You know, I don't know. I mean, I think that the icons are clear enough so that you can get an idea, you know? Like, this looks like they have a shield up, you know? That kind of thing. Oh shit. Oh shit, don't hit. Okay. Schwemmel again. Maybe. And lick wounds. Which is kind of broken, not gonna lie. All the boss battles have a very specific theme, which was very important to me. I hate when boss battles have like the same theme over and over again. Like, switch it up. Easy. This is the only time you'll ever see me do good at a game, is if it's my own game. Get out of here. And don't ever come back. Monster. Come on, we gotta go. Act 1, start. Some people were confused if that was like supposed to be the end of Act 1. And it's like, no, this is where the game starts, technically. But we need that prologue for obviously reasons, but this is where the game starts, in my opinion. Shh. I struggled so much and you defeated it flawlessly. The trick is, fight every enemy and put on your armor and heal and put your MP outside of battle. Those are the tricks. My handsome boy, he's here. I love these sprites so much. It makes me want to die. Like, okay, so the artist is Giselle. She's incredible. And luckily she's working on another game with me, in the same universe. And she just has wonderful art. I love it so much. And I had gone through different artists for Lord of Lies and Princess Poison in previous entries, and I did like the art, but I wasn't in love with them the same way that I am with this. And I feel like just for the art, it was good that I waited so long for the game to actually come into fruition, because it has the perfect art style for it now. Like, I just like, oh, they're perfect. They're just how I always imagined him. Charles, is that you? What time is it? I don't even try to lie. I went on a walk. I don't even need my power. You were doing odd jobs without me, weren't you? It's fine, I was careful. We've been over this. It doesn't matter how careful you think you are. We have bounties on our heads. Also, where's the 10 years later? I swear to God I had this. Hold up, wait a minute. Yeah, the picture's supposed to pop up. Did I just not do that? You son of a bitch. Fuck. Okay, that's gonna be something I have to do in my own time, not on stream, but, 10 years later. After Act 1 save. Because that wasn't made clear to some people that there was a time skip, but yeah, it's 10 years later from where we just were. So after they fought with, after Agatha died, we are now 10 years in the future. Or the present, I should say. What part of that do you not understand? I understand, I can pull my own weight. Charles, you know I have to go with you. Oh wait, a grandma dentures? Charles was based on Red Riding Hood. That he was. You're absolutely fucking right, and I'm glad that you got it. All of the characters are allusions to very specific fairy tales, some more than others. Charles is very heavily Red Riding Hood. Lawrence is supposed to be kind of like Pinocchio because of the lie thing, and then he's also supposed to be like Peter Pan for specific reasons. It's a little bit more subtle with Lawrence than it is the other characters, but he is technically based on something. Like, he plays a pan flute. Like, he is a musician. So that did remind me of Peter Pan and how he holds on to his youth and how it was kind of like stolen from him sort of deal. Like, so it's very subtle, but it's there. Then what is the hood even for? Stop being so difficult. I went out at night, I brought Huggy, I was as careful as I could be. You're wrong. Careful as you could be is with me. End of story. Lawrence. There is a lot more fairy tale stuff that happens later as well. Like, one huge major plot point in the midpoint, basically, is what makes it the most fairy tale, and then the end makes it pretty fairy tale. But I think at some point I tried to inject as much into it as I could, but it doesn't come very naturally to me, so it was a bit tough. But live and learn, you know? I'm not budging on this. You're all I got. We are all we've got. If something happened to you, I couldn't... But we're so close to having enough coin for a house. Is that what this is about? Charles. I'd rather wait 100 more years for a house than risk losing you for a single second. I'm sorry. It's not Huggy's fault, by the way. I dragged her out. And here I thought she was the mastermind all along. Admittedly, it was a lot harder to work without you here. You're setting me up to say I told you so. I would never. I promise not to sneak out anymore. I know you're an adult now. I don't want to treat you like a child. If things were different, I wouldn't be so strict, I promise. I know. So, how much did you make? 50 silver. 50 silvers?! Were you considering me doing more night gigs? For a second there. Lawrence is... Okay, I love Charles. Charles is one of my favorite characters. But Charles' fucking sprite here makes him look a little cross-eyed because of his fucking brand on his face. He's just... goofy ass. Child me is just screaming at the mention of Huggy. Oh, sweet brother. I love... They're the reason why I had so much fun writing sibling relationships, and I'm like, why didn't I do this more? Like, I'm definitely gonna do it more often because of these two, because when I think about them together, it just makes me so happy. And originally they were not brothers at all. But then I decided that Lawrence needed more of a reason to get involved with the main plot, and though he likes Gayla and is pretty, like, oh, kind of spoiled that, but whatever. Though he likes his love interest and all that, and she is a good motivation to get him involved in the story, he needed an additional thing to bring him into the story, and that's where Charles comes in. So that was a big change as well, to make them more related. This might bring us to our goal. This should be enough for at least someplace small. Because in the original story, it's just Lawrence. Like, there's no dog, there's no nothing. It's just Lawrence by himself, and then he's approached by the next character that shows up. I can't believe it. We can double check if it's enough. Let's bury this in the graveyard and get back. Oh, Lawrence, you won't believe it, but it's raining. What? But we've been in a drought. It started just as I was coming in. I could hardly believe it myself. Nothing ever good happens when it rains. All the more reason to be quick then. And the most important character in the game. This is Myrtle. Unfortunately, you can't take her with you. Myrtle! Everybody's like, why do they have a pet chicken? Are they alcoholics? What is this? What's going on? And I have an explanation. Once I pick up everything. Okay, they are not alcoholics. They live in the Silver Spoon Tavern. They're like squatting, basically. They're actually not... They're technically homeless, and they ended up staying in this tavern. And when you go to this door... This is the room of the tavern owners. They are kind people. Even after they caught us stowing away in their cellar, they let us be. I will repay their kindness by having us be as little of a nuisance as possible. So, like, the tavern owners learn that they're squatting down there, and they feel bad for them, so they just let them stay. Even when they're really not supposed to. And they don't even pay rent or anything, so that's really nice of them. So they're not alcoholics, even though I'm sure Lawrence indulges every once in a while. But they just live in a cellar. And that is also true to the original story, even though it was just Lawrence squatting, so it was a little bit less of an inconvenience, but, you know, it's fine. I was so sad to leave the chicken. Me too, I love chickens. One of my best friends, she has chickens, like, she has a farm, and one of the first chickens she got really attached to was named Myrtle, so that's why I called it that. It's almost midnight, I'm turning 50. Just like that, half my life is already over. Sigh. There's no real sense in celebrating anymore, is there? Cheer him up, raise a toast, walk away. Cheer him up. You're 50. Could have fooled me. You have a happy birthday, sir. Thank you, kind stranger. Feel free to join me and my companion for a night of booze and old war stories. That's quite the offer, but I'm afraid I'll have to pass this time. It seems they drank more than they could handle. That or it was a bar fight. This part is really silly. My brother fucking hated this when he played it. Okay, so would you like to request a song, dearie? What kind? You can play something calm, something sorrowful, or something special. Regardless of what you choose, it's going to play the exact same track that's already happening. My natural answer is statistically 50 is closer to the 2/3 than the half, sir. No! Okay, I will say this, even though this doesn't apply to this particular man. Part of the world building here is that if you have magic and you use magic, it doubles your lifespan. So the life expectancy of people who use magic in this world is double ours, which is like 80 or 70. So theirs is closer to like 150. So most people live to be about 150, and then that's when they kind of, you know, that's their 60, 70. But people who don't use magic just have, like, our life expectancy. And because it's a fantasy world, they have, like, a bunch of, like, diseases and, you know, bad hygienal tips and all that. So it's probably less than that, you know? And also monsters everywhere, so that doesn't help. But yeah, that's a world building detail. It's brought up a couple times. It's why one of the characters, the next character that we meet, looks younger than he actually is. So if you play something special, it just plays the exact same the track again. And then if you go to play another one, something sorrowful. I don't know how much more of this noise I can take. Everyone's a critic. You should let others request a song now. Okay, rude. I'm sure you've been to the general store by now. Sally Stock? That's my granddaughter and her father. I haven't, but thank you. My daughter is stationed... This should be Angel Front, not Albar. Let me fix this real fast. Albar was the original name for it, but I hated it, so I changed it. Where are we? The Silver Spoon? Okay. This should be Angel Front. There's one building that I definitely have to fix. I know that for a fact. Do they age slower? Yeah. Like, Lawrence will probably live to be about, like, 150 or something before he's, like, at max, like, 150. Must run in our blood to run storefronts. I was quite the blacksmith myself before I retired. Now I just lay in bed as my bones ache. Life is so short. We focus so much time on making a living wage that we forget to do the living part. We're feeding a horse we never get to ride. Oh, listen to me go on and on. I'm sure you've better things to do than listen to an old man ramble. Kinda, yeah, actually. Can I sell anything? Fuck you, Brad. Well, hello there. I'm afraid I forgot your name. It's Lawrence, and don't feel too bad. I don't remember yours either. Manuel. Maybe this time we won't forget them. Right. Nice night we're having. if you can say that. And we're in another... I like the beginning areas of the game a lot, because I spent a lot of time in these areas. Like, this is the first area in the original game. Pops put me on guard duty, but for once I don't mind. Too bad I'm not in bed while it's raining. Maybe if I'm lucky it still will be in the morning. This is the tavern warehouse. It's locked. I best come back in the morning. Most places are locked. Spoiler. Because you're supposed to come back at another time and go through them. You think you can help me with something? Sure. Sure thing. What can I help you with? My companion's birthday is coming up and I'm not sure what to get them. I'm sort of on a budget, but I want to get him something nice. I'm not very good at this. I haven't bought anyone a gift since my wife passed away. Get him chocolate, get him a nice hat. I'm glad everybody likes the music. I know there's some music tracks later on that I remember that I needed to switch out with something else because it was not as fitting as I wanted it to be. I like when you get him a nice hat. I think you might like a nice hat. Now, why didn't I think of that? My brain must be rotten with my age. Everybody's just old as fuck here. Thanks, kid. View my stuff? Sure. Okay, I gotta get rid of these books. They're just taking up space. Selling... I should have made it so that the Kemi poem that you keep, you can give back to her. But I don't want to do that, so I'm not going to. The laziness is coming back. Oh no. Sell this. Sell that. Okay. I forgot to equip Charles and stuff anyway. And he has a wooden bow. 1 second. Oh. The wooden bow. Nothing especially remarkable, but it gets the job done. And then the roly-poly coat. The child gives you a passing glance and continues to write. Wait, are those numbers? Don't tell me she's accounting. This little girl is very good at math. Freak of nature, really. Imagine being good at math. We got one apple. The apple, when you read it, is a delicious... I call them gala apples. I know they're gala apples. If people refer to gala as gala, that's fine, because that makes sense. I just mispronounced the word gala so many times as a kid by just reading it, and so that's why Gala's name is Gala, and why I refer to them as Gala, even though it's technically Gala. Gala's still pretty. If people want to refer to her as that, that's fine too. It's just big mistake on my part as just a child. Come back here. Okay. April. Charles, I know I already thanked you, but here I scrounged up 50 more silver as thanks for finding my little Henry. Lady April, it really isn't necessary. It was barely any trouble at all. I'm just glad I could find him for you. If you hadn't been so quick, who knows what could have happened. So please, for my own peace of mind, take these silver. If you refuse the silver, you actually get something a little bit more valuable. I'd rather you put that 5 silver to good by buying some bread or something. Instead of 5 silver, then, take this. It's a family heirloom. You get +1 ring of good dreams. I was told that this ring can give the wearer good dreams, and as a little girl my mother would put it on me to help me sleep. I believe it worked. I pronounced it gala, indeed, like the apples. Oh, is she Snow White? Yes, also pronounced gala. Yeah, exactly. So, yes, and she is 1000% based off of Snow White. She is the strongest allusion to their fairy tale counterparts, I think. But if that doesn't interest you, then feel free to sell it. It's the least I can do. Sounds neat. We'll have to try it out for ourselves then. I can't remember if you can equip this bitch or not. It should be accessories, yeah. A ring said to grant good dreams to whoever wears it. And it's pretty powerful, actually. Not me not remembering some of the items. The rain is no good. My son keeps tracking in mud. You know how hard it is to get mud out of my floors? Well, do you? Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to repeat it. Okay, nothing there. Oh, I forgot to get the vase here. Yeah. Yeah, I would love a ring of good dreams. Fuck, I didn't mean to go through there, whoops. And so the two young men and their canine companion, Huggy, traveled to the graveyard where they stored their coin. Nothing could have prepared them for what was to come. The rain made it easier to dig, at least. Let me count. We have at least 5,000 silver. There's also the 692 silver we collected as well. This number here is dependent on how much you actually gain at this point in the game. So there's like a variable that like accounts for how much money you have. So if you only earned like 2, it would only show 2 and so on and so forth. I'm very proud of this very particular thing, so I'm pointing it out. But that's my exact number of silver that I have, as we collected as well. That's so much. Well, not really, but it's a start. We might be able to get a property here in the Lyris province and afford the rent. We won't smell like booze all the time. We did it. What the hell? Who are you? Let me see that. What? Give that back, that's our coin. This pocket change is but a mere fraction of the wealth that awaits you both. You can have it back. I didn't come here for coin. You're a bounty hunter? A witch hunter, actually. You bastard, you're not taking any of us. How about you settle down and we can talk? What do you say, boys? You wish. Oh, we have a new ability. Well, spoiler, this battle you're not supposed to win, and I'm not going to waste my MP since I know that, so I'm just going to basic attack him. No matter what you do, you can't win this fight, so. Ain't no sense, it's a scripted loss. I can't feel a thing. In some ways I went very cliche with the story and with like JRPG or just RPG tropes. You're really insistent, aren't you? Kind of beating his ass though, slightly. Okay, never mind. Oop. And then here, you can actually hover over your specific injuries that you get. This one's just the death icon, so if you're dead, it's just dead. But our defense is decreased by 10, our magical defense is also decreased, and bleeding max HP is now 90%. So we love an injury. You're just making this harder on yourself, Bane. How do you know my name? What do you want? You're a tracker, right? How? Don't ignore me. How do you know who we are? It's about time I introduced myself. You both can call me King, the founder and leader of the Noble House Witch Hunters. Maybe you've heard of us? No. No. I'll quit playing around now. I'm not here to hurt you. Quite the opposite, in fact. Lawrence, is that a lie? He's telling the truth. Do you have someone else here to hurt us? No. I'm here to offer you... Oh god, here it is. Opportunity spelt wrong. I get so mad every time I see it. Opportunity. Fuck off. I hate it. King's offer. Let me get rid of that real fast. There's a long cutscene too. Fuck, where is it? Opportunity. And I spelled it right on the game page. So embarrassing. Right here. Yeah, that's not right. How the fuck do I spell it? Opportunity? This is so embarrassing. Stop! I can't help it. Some words are hard to spell. Like, definitely I can never spell right no matter how many times I want to. And absolutely, I can't spell absolutely right either. Like, all the time. Opportunity. Yeah, there's not a U in there until the end. Okay, whatever. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, I'm here. The opportunity of a lifetime. How would you two like to become the newest members of the Noble House Witch Hunters? But we're witches and you're... Incorrect. Only you are. Charles is not. But I've been hunted down for years. It's true you two have bounties, but you possess the witch's power. You are marked, but that does not a witch make. That common misconception has led to many hardships for not just you two. My group hopes to rectify these misconceptions. There's a lot you could learn, but I need you two to be members before I can tell you all of that. Okay, then... Hold on. Why should we join you? We don't know anything about witches, clearly. Well, that's simple. Charles's tracking ability alone is enough for me to hire him. And your magic and lie detecting is extremely useful, of course. You both lack in combat training, but I've trained many in my day. I was once the highest ranked general in the royal army of my homeland, Jacques White. We also have witches among our ranks. Simply, you should join because it pays extremely well, and once you're an initiate, all those pesky bounties disappear. Then Charles and I will be free. But Charles's mark. All the members of our group are also marked, visible and not. Charles will fit right in. You still may get the occasional side-eye by an ignorant zealot, but times are changing. You both can serve as the precipice of even more change. If you liked all you've heard, I highly suggest you meet back with me here at the morning. I'll wait a bit. I don't like to stay in one place for too long. If you decide to join, know the job is almost all travel. It's not an easy job by any means, but if you both have great potential to succeed in this field, and the chance to obtain all your heart has ever desired. One of the greatest perks of this job is the female attention. Ladies love a man in armor. That's a Mulan reference because I'm annoying. You two sorted amongst yourselves. If you heed my offer, we will leave together tomorrow. If we say yes, can Huggy come with, our Bane? Of course. I know a couple members of ours who would adore to have an animal companion. Also, the Hound was once upon a time... There was always a dog companion in this story, but it was actually Gala's hound, the princess's hound. It was never Charles's. That was a very late addition. But Gala was supposed to be the one with the dog this whole time, and it kind of hurt me to take it away from her, but it's fine. Because ultimately it pans out, so until tomorrow. Oh, before I go, here. You see +3 injury kits. Oh no, your party have injuries! Injuries are gained after being knocked out or killed in battle. Injuries debuff you in a variety of ways, from decreasing your max health, decreasing your attack, or even your defense. But don't worry, you can still get rid of them using injury kits. Injury kits are the only way to rid yourself of an injury. Keep in mind, injuries stack, so try to get rid of an injury as soon as possible. Hope to see you both here in the morning. Well, it sounds too good to be true. But he wasn't lying, right? Honestly, that's what makes it even more suspicious. What do you mean? He can really make all that just happen for us? Just like that? What's the catch? Well, he did say it was a dangerous job. That is true. But that just means it's extremely dangerous. We're no strangers to that. But if we join, we'd be protected. I wish we had more time till dawn. I feel like we don't have much of a choice at all. It's either this or stay here forever. But we still have our coin, we could get a place. And do what? Get a job with this thing mark on my face? You said it yourself earlier, I could be killed. Also, every time I hear this track, and it bothers the fuck out of me, it reminds me of the Shrek track. There's like one specific OST in Shrek that sounds so similar to this to me, and it bothers the fuck out of me every time I hear it. But I keep it because it feels fitting for the scene. You said it earlier, I could be killed. But if we join King, we could become stronger? Start over? Isn't that worth the risk? I hear you. Okay, Shrek in the game, perfect for I can't. I mean, Shrek is fairy tale. Like, I mean, it is that it's the ultimate fairy tale, some might say. Speaking of, apparently they're supposed to release Shrek 2 in theaters because of its 20th anniversary. Shrek 2, can we talk about how that's like one of the greatest sequels like of any movie ever? Like, Shrek 2 is almost better than Shrek 1, and that's saying a lot. There was nothing wrong with Shrek 1. Nothing worth having comes easy. 5,000 coin isn't even enough for us to have our own bedrooms. Get out, me swamp! That's Lawrence as fuck, dude. Shrek 2 is the best of the saga, in my opinion. It is, because it builds on everything that's already great about the original. And actually adds even more, like, complexities and more fairy tales and more world building and funnier moments and better soundtrack. And it's just, it like, ups everything that was already great about it. And I'm 25 and I've never even been with a girl. Some people are like, but you have been with a girl, Charlie. He means sexually. Like, he kissed a girl once 10 years ago. He hasn't slept with a woman. My dream of having a nice house, a picture-perfect wife, and a dozen children. Every day feels more and more impossible. I can barely feed us both now with these odd jobs. I'm an idiot. There really is only one option. Literally a dozen. He's not joking. Lawrence is trying to have, like, a fucking army of children. Wait, what about Kemi? We left Kemi behind 10 years ago. Who knows what she's doing now? Not me, that's for sure. We'll meet him here, at dawn. I'm glad. Honestly, if you didn't agree, I'd probably just sneak out again. And leave me here all alone? I'm joking! I would have stayed, but I wouldn't have been happy about it. Getting rid of your bounty alone is worth all the danger. Yeah, right. That statement about ladies love witch hunters is what truly sold you. It certainly helped. More community content, but I need to save first. And get rid of my injuries. I hate that you can't hover over them in the actual menu, though. I wish you could, but I couldn't figure out a way to make that work. Get rid of them. Now save. The tombstone reads, Brielle, if our love was a rose, then it will bloom over and over again. Oh, shit, okay. The tombstone reads, here lies the best summer ever, June 21st to September 20th. The tombstone reads, here lies Oleander, got chimichurried. The tombstone reads, rest in peace Lorenzo and Julia Scarletta, get murked. The tombstone reads, into the sunshine you go, we love you, Poppy. The tombstone reads, could I be any more dead? A friend, you'll be forever missed. The tombstone reads, here lies Alfred W. Hext, he won't ever be missed. The tombstone reads, Iggy Maxwell, this grave doesn't actually exist. Now I get more what this means. I put this in like, la-di-da-di-da, didn't think anything of it. But now I know. The tombstone reads, Francis and Charlotte, beloved husband and wife. Oh, I get this one too! Beloved husband and wife, let this stand as a warning to not deal with devils. Ooh. Read Travelers Entailed. The tombstone reads, here lies Lara George, gatekeeping and gaslighting the other bodies under. The tombstone reads, here lies Raku Komoda, with Nellie Owens scratched out multiple times. The cross reads, here lies Agatha. May the angels soothe her aching spirit. We miss you, Agatha. I hope you and Mother are enjoying tea in the Celestial Heights. And we're going straight to bed. Oh shit, my bad. I didn't mean to skip over my own text again. I was like... do we have anything else we need to do, or can we go straight to bed? Lara gaslighting got Raku in death is peak comedy. Up to you. Helpful. It is. I'm glad I was able to put community content. It feels really nice. Lawrence? Don't get grumpy. Huggy already gave me a hard enough time. Sorry. I got us a bit earlier in case we need to use some of the silver to stock up before we leave. That's a good idea. Let's get going. We don't want to be late. It's okay. They're not going to leave without you. Hey Glenn, aren't you supposed to be working? Lawrence! I'm on my first lunch break. It's morning. And you're first? Look, you live your life, Lawrence, and I'll live mine, alright? Fair enough. I mean, how are you gonna come in here and be like, aren't you supposed to be doing shit? You don't know his life. Amelia and Wendell's. Here, for you. You receive +1 packed lunch. I don't know what to say. This is... Thank you, really. Lawrence, are you crying? No. I can see tears. Oh, I didn't know you were bringing a friend. Here, just one moment. And one for you. You received another +1 packed lunch. For me? You are a guest in my home. No one shall go hungry. Now you're crying. Shut up. Me for it. And this is the infinite baguette glitch here, but I'm not going to grab a bunch of them, but you could just do this forever if you wanted to. Our dog that passed, Rosie, she was like a daughter to us, so I wanted to give you this. Your hound is quite special. I've never seen this breed before. Yeah, she's quite unique. I'd like to give you this for... Her name's Huggy. Huggy, I see. You receive +1 brilliant collar. You can just rummage through their shit. There are so many books. This one has a story about a short guy and a tall guy who fall in love. It's adorable. That wasn't a reference to anything. I was just like, that's every yaoi ever, and that's funny. Peak comedy. What was I? Okay, equipping. Is that strong? Yeah, it is. Okay. And then... Okay. Hello, partner. This is my horse, Mayhem. We've seen many things together. And yours? You can call me Boone. My dream is to get a place to call my own. And what do I call you? And what do I call you? Lawrence, and that's my dream as well. Then I wish you luck, Lawrence. Here, have this. You are given +10 to luck. And Mayhem. Steadfast ring. I need to go in these houses. Good evening, Lawrence. See, I remember this time. Did you remember mine? Of course I did. It's... Which one? Maxwell, Manuel, Martin, Marcelo, Marcel, Miguel? It's Manuel. Oh good, you did remember. Oh, I gotta fix this. This is such a simple fix too. I hate it. These simple fixes are the ones that make me want to claw my eyes out. But, you know, better late than never, I always say. It's in the morning, Manuel and Miranda's, and Lawrence when he appears. Good, you did remember. How could I forget? And there's not supposed to be a pop. That's the issue here. Same here, and there's supposed to be a wait command. Wait 15. That should fix it. This one too. Okay. Such a simple fix. Here, for you. You received +1 pair of nice boots. You got good boots, nice boots. When did this bedsheet get this huge stain on it? There is no stain of the sort, or at least a huge one. It might be possible she's seeing things. Should I burn them? I don't know if I can even stand to sleep on these. You, Lawrence, what did I tell you about leaving your shoes on when entering my house? Oh, not again. Charles, quick, remove your shoes. Why don't we just leave? That works too. There are so many books. This one has a story about a branded hero haunted by his past, but fighting onslaughts of demons to protect his lover. For those who don't know, that's just a Berserk reference. Straight up. It's always nice to see you, Lawrence and Charles. You've both grown to be such fine young men. You're too kind. It's always nice to see you, Lawrence and Charles. Oh, she repeats it! Oh, shit. Didn't catch that one before. Ma'am. Where's this? April's? Oh, okay, no, she doesn't repeat it. She just doesn't have a lot of lines, okay. Thanks for finding me, Charles. Don't mention it. Aw. Blushy Charles! Very rare sprite, you don't see it very often, so admire it while it's here. And then this building, I think, is also one that needs to be fixed. Oh, no, it's fine. Okay, well, whatever. Is there anything in here? Okay, I got it. There should be a party MP over here. There is. Look at this, a letter from my daughter. She wants me to go visit her this summer, but it's been such a long time since I've traveled. Carriages make me sick, but I don't think Sally has ridden a carriage before. I'd love to see her experience it. This guy's just all about his family. It's very cute. Another poem. This one is called Mouse. This one was written by a friend of mine, like, in real life, who writes a lot of poems. I, like, actually was like, give me all your poems you want in the game. Because I think I wrote one poem for this game. Because I'm not a poet. A poem found in Egmont's home among many writings. This one's called Mouse. A soul wandering, alone it travels, silencing its breath, quiet as a mouse. Step by step its skin crawls, fears shoot up her spine. Oh, okay. That was all there was to that. Short and simple and to the point. I'm sure Hope Glenn isn't slacking off again. That son of mine will turn out just like his spoiled mother if he doesn't grow up. Shut up, Brad. LMAO, imagine me doing so for my chat sim project. It will never have a plot. Will it not? I don't like you, Brad. No one likes Brad. Look, he's got a nice hat on. If you got him a chocolate, this hat does not pop up. Lol, just poems and love. Oh, cute. There's nothing wrong with infinite poems. Oh, I'm messing up my green screen. Whoops. Okay. Cherry pie is my favorite. You know me so well. Thank you. And I love this hat. Honestly, I can't take full credit. I had a young man help me pick out a gift last night. Oh. Speak of the devil. Oh, sorry to barge in. Nonsense. The more the merrier. And then you can grab their shit. Yeah. Happy birthday, taking your stuff. Thank you for making my birthday extra special this year. Also, this hat is awesome. Thank you so much for helping me pick out a gift for my friend. Well, I guess we're more than that now. I'm still getting used to it. We love old man Yowie. Oh, it's just Brad. Alright, I think we're good. I mean, oh, I meant if I collect community poems. Oh, if you do that, I'm 1000% going to submit one. It might not be very good, but I'll do my best. Community content was really fun. It's fun doing like a collaborative thing, even if it was just for a solo project. I'm glad you both decided to join. Before anything, I want to ask a couple questions first. Very well. What do you want to know? You said that I'm a witch and Charles is marked. What's the difference? Witches possess magic, usually elemental. They can harness fire or create wind, for example, or bend the earth like yourself. Magic is like a language. Anyone can learn it, but it takes a lot of time and practice, and natural affinity for the craft. I'm sure you know this as you were taught. Meaning, in theory, anyone can be a witch. I'd truly like to get rid of the term, however, and replace it with something a lot less provocative. Perhaps like mage, magus, or simply magic user. Marked individuals like Charles don't have to practice. Their specific skill is innate, instinctual. Witches not only have the forces of nature at their fingertips, they are also usually marked, like you, though not all. So we were believed to be witches because of our marks? That's right, it's ignorance. Those of the Western faith believe all magic belongs to the angels, and is not meant for human use anymore. Marked individuals are seen as cursed by most faithful, despite a lot of marked abilities not being harmful in nature. But regardless of your beliefs, humans have magic, or an ability that comes as natural to them as breathing. I don't believe hunting those with magic is a solution. But you're a witch hunter. We imprison those using magic to do harm. The witches who don't do harm, I recruit and bring to the capital for training, again like yourself. The difference between one who uses magic and a witch is intention alone. Witches, to me, want to hurt people with their specific abilities. So unless you or Charles are using your abilities to hurt the innocent, you should never be hunted for anything. I'd have come to recruit you both sooner had I known. What happened to you both in Jovera was simply a tragedy. How do you know about that? A close colleague of mine was in New Hampton when it happened. Who is this close colleague that told you? These are a lot of questions. I'm more than happy to answer more going forward, but I need you both to be initiates first. My apologies. I understand that with your power you want to know everything you can before agreeing to anything, but much of what we do is best learned by doing. I don't have any more questions for now. I'm ready to get started. I'll try to find a way to include it then. You do you. Do what works best for you. About time. Well, welcome to the Noble House Witch Hunters. Our group consists of myself, King, the highest rank. In descending order, there are Princess, Prince, Duchess, Duke, and now you two. The code name correlates to rank, so for you two... Charles, you'll be Chancellor. And for Lawrence, how about Lord? Lord? Yes, a Lord of Lies. It has a certain ring to it. I don't know. It doesn't feel right to me. It sounds like I'm good at lying. What title would you suggest? Maybe Knight? Very well, Knight and Chancellor. Title, let's go! Yeah, I like that Lawrence turns it down because he just doesn't feel comfortable with such like a high and mighty title. Also, his original name was Knight as well. Like, everybody called him Knight in the original story, so I was like, let's have him choose at this time. These code names are for your protection, though you can choose to forego the anonymity if that appeals to you. But it will put you in more danger. Our first task is a rather odd one. Usually I'd bring you both to the city of Angelfront and get you some proper gear and training, but I want to find Princess. She went missing? I worry she's run off, actually. She's not easy to capture. Chancellor, how does your power work exactly? In order to track someone, I have to have a piece of them, like hair, teeth, nails, blood. Close items work as well, but if they are too far away, I'll lose track of them halfway. I see. I may have something that will work. You receive +1 Princess's Comb, and that is not the comb icon at all. Okay, cool. Love it. Love it. It's okay. Act 1. And it's the morning after, I believe. Yes. And then item right here. And the icon is I don't know. Comb here. 2737. 27. Yeah, that's off. 2737. And then that should be right. Yep. This'll work. You both have managed to survive this long without proper training, but this could be dangerous. I'll do what I can to keep you safe. We appreciate that, but we can hold our own. Very well. Lead on. King has joined your party. Wait, Chancellor. This is where the princess is? Her comb led us here? It did. Why would it lead us to paradise? I wouldn't call it that. That's the name of this prison. It's where we keep the most dangerous witches. This is Paradise Prison? Agatha told me I was born here. You were. So was Chancellor. I was? Yes, your grandmother and I were once well acquainted. The enemies of this zone made me cry. Did they really? I'm so sorry. A past lover. She's gone off the deep end, however. The one that gave Charles this power? Was there any part of the game that didn't make you cry? Combat-wise? One and the same. Of course, you can ask me more about that going forward. Right now, I don't understand why the princess would be here. Is she in the prison? Wait, how old is King? Okay, so King is supposed to be 50, but because he uses magic, he looks younger. But yeah, he's 50. Feels like it. If the princess is here, she could very well be dead. Charles's power is not limited to the living. That his grandpa... Oh, that his grandpa is past lover. You know what, Butter? I'm good. Good on you for being perceptive to that. That is true. I can spoil that. It's brought up later, and then Charles is like, he's my grandfather. But yeah, they're related. Which, they don't, like, Charles doesn't know it yet, and King doesn't really tell him until later, so it's fine. But it's not, like, the biggest spoiler in the world or anything like that, but a lot of people don't pick up on that fact, like, immediately. As if there are a bunch of dangerous witches. Is it not safe for us to be here? There are undead roaming the outside. Something is most definitely wrong. There are no guards in sight. What do we do? We go in anyway. I have to know if she's alive. She could just be captured. No objections. Your work starts here. I will fight alongside you. You both will be fine. The princess is by no means weak. I don't believe she is dead, and I don't believe the situation is beyond our control. If she's in trouble, then we have no choice. Stay alert. We may be able to sneak past if we so choose. There are also an abnormal amount of toxic waste on the grounds. Too many touches and you won't be able to tell each other apart from these undead. Anything else? If you do choose to engage, don't hold back. Here we are. Okay, I think one of King's abilities glitches out, so I'm gonna test that and see if that's still true. So I might have to reload if it breaks. Because that was like one of the only game-breaking bugs I remember finding, and I was like, fuck. It happens. I think it's Sky Splitter? Okay, no. It works in the engine, but I think I know it's wrong. Okay. I still need to account for that, though. But I'm glad it didn't bug out here. Do you have a multiple attack King? No? Oh. No, he doesn't yet. Damn! Oh, I didn't realize I wasn't even paying attention to his health at all. Whoops. Well, let's use one of our many. Oh, the revive in Chrono Trigger is so cute. There's like a little angel that circles around the dead target, and I wish I could do something like that for this game. Not King being unbeatable and yet the first to die! Everybody, that's such a common trope, is like you fight a character and they're so strong and then they end up in your party and then they like get nerfed to hell and back. And King is no exception to that rule. We have so many health potions. I think the enemies, like, always drop something, so that's... If you fight a lot of enemies, you get a lot of shit. Okay, and I want to show this to y'all. Okay, I thought somebody would pick up on this eventually. So there are mimics in this game for some of the chests, and the way that you can tell is the chests that aren't mimics do not have a shadow under them, but the ones that are mimics will have this little shadow under them. So if there's another chest, I can show a difference. Yeah, see, this one doesn't have a shadow. So if you ever wanted to avoid them, that's the way to avoid them. Ah, shit. Okay, I walked into that. I thought somebody would pick up on it eventually, but not really. It's a little subtle, so... But you get an exclusive info here. Alright, so we're gonna fight the Mimic. Oh, I just got tricked all the time. I love mimics in games. I think it's really fun. Yes, same trope for the first RPG. I would like to create as my first boss who joins your party after. It's supposed to force you to use non-violent approach. Exactly! Mine has an explanation as well, but I can't really say it without spoiling, so I won't. But for those who know, you know. If you know, you know. Elder Talos. It was actually fun watching, like, people stream the game, and then I would see them just, like, get... they're like, a mimic?! It feels very good. Damn, die. Goodness gracious. Also a trick for this area that a lot of people, obviously, when you walk into these little houses or whatever, it respawns the enemies when you come out. So I recommend just killing all the enemies first and then walking into the houses and stuff, and you'll have a better chance. Yeah, I was like, no, I've been fooled. But this is also a good area for people to just gain levels and stuff and some experience, so I'm not gonna stop them. Also, Charles's basic attacks end up doing way too much damage at one point, and it's kind of ridiculous. Heal yourself, Huggy. How dares the mummy attack a dog? Yeah, don't they know? And I'd be using my mana. I think some people are very reserved about their mana, but use it. You get a lot of potions. You're fine. As long as you fill yourself up after battles, you'll be fine. Like, a lot of people are very hesitant. Understandably so. I might use my meteor scrolls for just basic enemies at some point too, because then... Another thing too is a lot of people... There's a chest up here, and there isn't a way to get it without walking into that purple goo, so you just have to do it. But only for a second. It doesn't hurt you too bad, you just have to monitor your health just fine. Me, I thought that that was all water. The MP? I was gonna say, Mummy, you come to me. Wait, let me heal. You come over. There you go. Mummy walks on water, OMG. I mean, they're undead. They ain't gotta worry about anything. I was about to sing that awful, what's the band that Jared Leto's a part of? Fuck, I forgot. But there's a song called "If You Can Walk on Water," and it's like really bad. Texting Joy, why am I poisoned? Help. I remember that. Hi Nayuki, we're playing my RPG. And then C, fear, they're too scared to move. And the only way to remove fear is to get hit. So King actually has an ability called Jolt that hits your party, and some people will be like, well, why would I want to hit my own party? Well, if you're all feared and King just happens to not be feared, he can get you out of fear. And it only damages you a little bit, but it also gives you like an attack boost. So it's like a trade-off. How are we today, Nayuki? I know it's late where you are, probably. there's an also... Oh, gosh. I'm getting wrecked. From my own stuff. I'm just bad at moving in my own game. I also expect people to save more as well. Y'all gotta be saving. The Banshee creatures are also inspired by how much I played Wizard 101 as a kid. One of my favorite enemies in that game are Banshees. So I wanted to include it here. Yeah, it's 2 a.m. Oh my gosh! No sleep for you! Well, I'm hope when you get the chance that you'll be able to go to sleep. They're silenced, they can't use magic. That's fine, because Charles doesn't need to use magic. Not with them basic attacks. Hell yeah. Also, King's basic attacks are pretty strong, too. King, why are you getting wrecked, man? Y'all up so late, I appreciate it, but at some point if you get really tired, just go to sleep, please, and thank you. This is a really good bow, though, so it's worth getting. Also, these packed lunches heal you all the way, if you ever need. Oh, I need to put the bow on him. Good lord. There we go. Optimize. Skinner's bow does a longbow made of monster skin. Gross. We are owls. That's a cute imagery. I wish I was like that, but I'm just not anymore. I'm an early bird in this point in my life. Hoot hoot. I don't mind this battle theme, but I heard it so much at one point that it was just like, ugh. Alright, just keep guarding, guy. Don't worry. Oh, crit. Get wrecked. You don't stand a chance. But basically I slept earlier and set my alarm. Oh, so cute. I am very appreciative. Never a requirement, of course. I was gonna skip him, but whatever. Fuck it. I guess I'm not. I kind of want to be over leveled so it makes some later parts a little bit easier. Stop guarding. Okay. And then this does MP drain by 5%. That's not that bad. He doesn't use MP. It's cool. Alright, level 4. Let's go. The max level is 10, by the way, which a lot of people are like, that's not a lot of levels at all. And it's not, but it makes the level ups that you do get feel a lot more significant. And they're a lot less frequent later in the game, so... This is just item central here. But this is what you really need. The hickory, just strong ass sword. Snake in the grass. Yeah, he wants this. It has a cool animation to it too, when you attack. Leave me alone. Yes, I agree. People tend to use big numbers for no reason. I suppose you make it feel powerful, but when a level is harder to get, you get really... Exactly. That's kind of what I was going for. If I could go back, I think I would do 20 instead, because it might feel a little bit more balanced. Originally it was supposed to be 40 levels, and I was like, alright, let's relax. I didn't mean to boulder toss, but whatever. It works. Get hickoryed. Ugh! Not the miss. King, you're useless. Does it even do a lot? I feel like this ability is not that strong. Oh! Okay, never mind. I was wrong. I was wrong. Basic choker? Who the fuck uses this? Not you. Charles? Charles, you want to be even more emo than you already are? Okay, I guess that's for Gala. Okay, that's fine. I'm supposed to be referring to her as princess, but whatever. Same difference. Tomato, tomato. I mean, with all the promotional stuff that I did, and I always refer to her as Gala, I don't think it's that big of like a plot twist. Oh, that's a real name. Stabby, stabby. We're too strong though. No. Easy. We're almost level 5 too. So you don't need to grind, you just gotta fight most of the enemies. Not all of them. I'm just gonna meteor scroll because I ain't gonna use it on the boss, but that was just me being lazy. I'll buy more later if I need it. I'm glad that the game is well balanced because that honestly was my biggest concern. Like, I'm pretty happy with the story, I'm happy with, you know, the art, I'm happy with a lot of the things about it, but if the combat is like miserable for people, that would be the worst thing that could happen, I think. So you're responsible for all the undead. Charles, is the princess in the next room? Feels like it. You better let us pass. They don't seem like they want to cause us any harm. Or not. Prepare yourselves. For the first boss battle! Well, second. Oh, this is like the first official one. First one was like tutorial. I'm about to make her look like Child's Play though. Is the mummy or a mommy? Yes. The answer is yes. Do I have a party? I do not have a party MP. I used it. Okay. Well, that's fine. Tremorwood is... easy. She didn't even get to use her special move. I mean, we have no mana, but it's fine. Well, at least Lawrence and Huggy do. And we got a meteor scroll. It's fine. We got a longsword. And here she is, the girl of the hour. Good work, Charles. Is she breathing? She is. There are no injuries. She's just in a deep sleep. How will we wake her? I'll try these smelling salts and see if that does anything. King? Glad to see me? More than Solana, that's for sure. Solana? Of course she's behind this. Yes, I was incapacitated by one of her goons before this whole mess went down. Why can't I tell if you're lying or not? And who are you? There's a lot to explain. Let's sort this out after we get out of here. How about getting some air, you two? We'll meet outside the prison. Yeah, I feel like I'm suffocating in this place. Come on, Charles. Huggy. Behind you. Could you really not tell if she was lying? Doesn't that just mean she's telling the truth? No, you don't understand. I get a feeling every time someone speaks. small inkling like it's true or false. But when she spoke, it was just no inkling, no certainty. I've never encountered anything like that. This whole thing feels off. Who is Solana? Why did she let all these witches go free? Why can't I tell if that woman is lying or not? I'm sure we could just ask. Missions take turns. Mission? Is this some sort of fun fantasy for you? We've been up to our asses in danger from the moment we left. And now it's potentially worse than we thought. I don't know why you're angry at me. Charles, I'm not angry. I'm scared. If King wasn't with us, we'd be among those walking corpses. We held our own. King helped, but we got the princess now. We can start training. He said there would be danger, but he also said we'd be fine, and we were. I guess you're right. I just don't really like how things are changing. Change can be good. It's not what I expected either, but he said we're naturals. You're already so good at magic. I can't imagine how strong you'd become once you've trained properly. I don't care about being good at magic. I just want a normal life. You're so negative. We're so lucky to even be chosen. How selfish can you be? As if King died. Yeah, he did die at least once. Now you listen. Was that more bickering I heard? I'd like to thank you all for saving me. I'm glad we could, and that you weren't hurt. I'd also like to apologize for being defensive before. You couldn't tell if I was lying or not because my mark gives me the power to nullify all other marked abilities. She is very small. She is like, I think she's 5'3", is like the canon height, and then Lawrence is like 6 foot exactly. Charles is like 5'8", something like that. King is pretty tall. He's not the tallest character, but he's like 6'3", 6'4", something like that. So she's a shorty. She's real small. You couldn't tell it. Yeah. That makes sense. That's quite the ability you have. Honestly, okay, so Gayla's like very specific. I'm just gonna call her Gayla, fuck it. Her specific design was very important because she needed to accomplish like multiple things at once. So she's a swordsman, but she's also like quite goth, you know, and then she's also princess coded. So like I needed to accomplish all of that in her design, which I thought was going to be very difficult, but my artist was like, see, check this out. And they got her right on the first try, which goes to show how talented they are. Because I love her design very, 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 very much. She's very important to me. It has its downsides as well. It's an immediate effect and can't be turned off. However, a little distance and you'll be able to use your powers without my interference. So how am I supposed to track anyone when you're around? You were needed mostly to find the princess. As witch hunters, we are quite efficient trackers as is. We'll manage. Yes, the Snow White sleeves! Our next destination is one I know like the back of my hand. See, okay, her name is not supposed to be Gayla here. It's supposed to be Princess. I gotta change that real fast. It should be King and Gayla join. Our next destination. Where is it? There it is. Found ya. Yeah, you're not supposed to know her name until later, but it's okay. Not too much later, though. Our next destination is one I know like the back of my hand. Before that, I'd like to know what's going on. For example, who is this Solana? Wouldn't you prefer this information relayed where you can fully believe what you're hearing? Princess, if you would just give us a moment. As you wish. Wait. It's fine. You can stay. Very well. Feel free to ask me any questions later on. Our past colleague and once wife to me, Solana, she's the leader of all the rogue witches on the continent Fae. She's been working tirelessly to undo all the Noble House Witch Hunter stands for and kill me in the process. It's encouraging that there isn't much coding needing. No, there really isn't. It's mostly eventing, and once you learn how the events work, they're fairly simple, fairly straightforward. Like the ceiling, like the skill ceiling is quite low. You know, you watch a couple tutorials and you kind of get it, you know, but when you learn what you're doing, you can definitely like do a lot more. And then plugins have scripting and coding involved in them if you want to do that, but it is never a requirement, which is part of the reason why I really like it. But it has its own set of problems, especially when you're trying to make a visual novel in it, which is, well, I'm using MV specifically for this. This is RPG Maker MV, which was made in 2015. And I'm using MZ for my next project, and they have a bunch of plugins for visual novels specifically, so it'll be a little bit easier, and it's a lot more, it's a lot better of a program, apparently, because it came out in 2020. So, the Butter Dream rises from the ashes. I hope you can, because I think if I could inspire more people to do RPG Maker games in this space, I think that's a good thing. It's fun, you know. Bring them back. They're pretty, like, what's the word? The entry level. They're entry level, so. We believe she lured the princess here to ambush her, cut off all communications with me, and break out all the witches scheduled to stand trial in the capital. Those liberated witches have been years of work undone. We need all the help of our current members to put all these fugitives back into custody. Our next step is to contact the other witch hunters in our group to help us stop Solana before she can do any more damage. So Chancellor, don't worry, your power will most definitely be needed. Solana's marked ability to teleport has rendered her the most elusive witch in history, always 10 steps ahead, quite literally. I will do what I can to help capture her. I understand this is more than what was originally expected of you two, but you've both proven to be natural witch hunters. I believe once we have all the members present, we can take down Solana no matter how many witches she has at her disposal. It is more than I imagined, but if we can keep even one person from witnessing the horrors found in the prison alone, then I am with you. Spoken like a true knight. Princess, this is Knight, Chancellor, and their hound, Huggy. You can refer to me as just Lawrence if that feels more fitting. I prefer you call me Chancellor, Princess. All right, Charles, relax. Very well, Chancellor. And well met, Lawrence. Well met, Princess. I hope you both pack some extra clothes. Jacqueline White isn't dry like these lands. And we're in Act 2, baby! Let me take like a slight break real fast to go pee, and then I'll play a little bit more and then call it a day. I think I could do like another like 30 minutes or so. So I'll be right back. Oh, I didn't mute my mic. Okay, we're back. Yes, we are in Snowland now, which I probably should change my green screen cover if I could do that real fast. Let me see. And I really like this track a lot. Honestly, I really like this area. Snow areas in games are just very, like, homey. Comforting. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so I can't believe you still use this old hideout. Shiverhold is just a ways that way. I don't need to spend coin on an inn when I can camp. Suit yourself. Does that mean we will be camping? I will be, at the very least. We will need to get tents for the rest of you if you plan to do the same. Charles and I can share, and you two. You two? Oh, I'm sorry, I just assumed. King had your comb and... You have my comb? I'll be taking that back, thank you. Yes, you left it in my quarters back in Costa. I see how you may have made such a mistake, but King and I are master and pupil, nothing more. No need to sound so offended. All the women I've been with have only wonderful things to say about me. Even Solana. She betrayed us. She didn't revolt due to unsatisfaction in the bedroom. I have reasons to believe she spent a great deal of our marriage seducing Prince anyhow. Pure speculation. We don't know if he's betrayed us yet. I understand it's difficult to think your brother would betray us. He's my pupil, I understand. But we can't be blind. My hesitation and willingness to believe Solana has led us here. Regardless, we will find out soon, but I have every reason to believe he's part of this, willing participant or no. What about Duke? Has he not heard from Prince? Last we spoke, he has not. He is also quite suspicious of your brother's loyalties. He may have been unfaithful to Duke, but that doesn't mean he betrayed us. I will not believe he is a traitor until I have solid proof. Having Lawrence will hopefully reduce the amount of treachery. Speaking endlessly solves nothing. Let's restock and seek out Duchess. I'm sure you have plenty of her things. Well, of course. I won't accept her undergarments if that's what you're suggesting. Huh, no. Those are purely for me. I have one of her hair bows. A token to remember her by, she said. I can't wait to be reunited with my darling Flower. Oh, that does remind me. I'd prefer you both not have any romantic engagements with any of your fellow witch hunters. As you can tell, it gets out of hand. Trust, that won't be an issue. Understood, we won't. Good, let's get going. And here's the bow. I'll want it back. You receive +1 Duchess's hair bow. You can have it back as soon as possible. I suggest we go to Shiverhole before venturing after Duchess. No, fuck you, King. I'm not doing that. Though, if you feel ready to move onward, it's your choice. Absolutely, it's my choice, and that's where I'm going. Princesses, join your party. You now have more than the max party members for, meaning you now have access to party switching. Simply go to the menu, select party. There you can change out who fights and travels with you whenever you'd like. The only members you can't switch out is Lawrence. Also, at the start of boss battles, you have a chance to switch your party, so don't worry. You can experiment as much. Okay, nice. Cut that off. Whatever, it's fine. Except it's not fine, because I'm trying to figure out how to fix it now. Let me see. Shiver... No, it's not Shiverhole. It's... Oh, it's in the hideout? Gala's hideout, there it is. And then Princesses join your party. Where is that? Experiment as much. It just gets cut off here. I should have seen that. There we go. Such a small thing. Okay. In addition, party members who aren't traveling with you will still receive experience and won't fall behind in levels just because they aren't with you. And we're switching out. I'm sorry, but well, I'll just switch out King. I like having Gale in the party. And she needs better stuff. Actually, let me take off some of King's stuff. Clear. Equip. Optimize. There we go. We keep the dog out. Yeah, I'm not getting rid of the dog. Actually, the dog's a really good companion too. Like, some people might not feel like they want to keep her in there, but she's actually halfway decent. Dungeon time again. This one's not very big though. And we got Rupture. Oh, I got Howl. I should have used that. It's fine. Gala has Leveling Slash, which is a great ability, so... Get Tremored, idiot, even though I'm getting really weak. Oh no, Leveling Slash. Oh yeah, I forgot the back-to-back because I grabbed them both. Whoops. Yeah. I should probably make Rupture stronger. Let me do that now before I forget. So, it's skills, Rupture. Yeah, you need to do more. You need to do like 6. There we go. I also cried because of them. Oh no! Chad just playing this game crying the whole time. Get wrecked. I was so relieved when I found Duchess for free. There's no sense of even going down there. I just know what I'm doing, so. That didn't give me a lot of experience at all. That's not good. Son of a bitch. Y'all, stop missing. Hit harder now. Damn, what do they have against Hound? What'd she do? Not Huggy. Damn it. This is why you get mana out of battle and not in. I have not been doing that at all, whoops. Is this stronger? It's probably not stronger than Hickory, but you got your round shield, so that's something. I noticed that there's not a lot of body equipment, actually, which is something I might have to make a note of. I think this game definitely needs more items, to be honest. Actually, use these minty booze. Give the dog alcohol. Fuck it. Why not? Don't give your dog alcohol. Probably weren't planning on it, but they hadn't expected to find much of anything in this cave, but especially not a witch. You can send as many guards as you want. You're not taking him. What are you talking about? Don't play stupid. I love their little hurt expressions. I didn't get to use them too much, but they're very cute, all of them. Even though they shouldn't be cute. I acknowledge this, but... She's coming, get ready. And then I could have healed here. Also, yeah, at this point you're supposed to heal Lawrence, because he gets hurt, like, to 1 HP, so... But we good now, it's fine. But if you forget, you'll just go into the battle, and he'll have, like, no health. And I really love this boss theme. They are adorable. I'm telling you, if it wasn't for Lawrence and Gala at one point, I don't think I would have finished this game, I swear to God. Because they gave me, like, the only sanity I had towards the end. I was like, they're just so cute, the world needs to see them. The power of love, for real. If you have a meteor scroll, it just really destroys them here too. But we ain't using meteor scrolls for the bosses. We ain't gotta. Get wrecked. Child's play. It's child's play if you're at a good level, pretty much. So close to level 6. Is she? She's fine. Witches are very resilient. We'll need to get her into custody. We can have some of the guards in Shiverhold retrieve her until we get Paradise back under control. Lawrence and I will go. Alright, we'll just be quick about it. No longer used to the cold? I don't know how long she will remain knocked out. We'll be back soon. Okay, be safe. Why did you do that? Pardon? Why did you throw yourself in harm's way? You were in trouble? I was not. I'd known she was going to attack and readied a reflection spell. Then you and your pointless heroics threw yourself in the way and was hit instead. I didn't know. I'm the second highest ranked witch hunter in all of Fae. I don't need anyone's help, especially yours. To treat me like I'm some sort of damsel. This is why I hate these blasted code names. It wasn't because of anything, I just acted. I don't think of you as weak. I'd have done the same if King was in trouble. Yeah, don't be tsundere, Gayla, relax. Is this not a result of you not trusting me? Because if we are to travel together, I need you to trust me. Or at the very least, my capabilities. Also an original track for this game. About that. I've been meaning to apologize. It was unfair of me to avoid you because I can't use my power on you. The truth of the matter is, I've never had to speak with anyone whose lies I couldn't detect. The music might be a bit loud actually here. It was never about you specifically. I don't know you. But you've watched our back and haven't been afraid to speak your mind. It's lovely. I love violins too. I used to play the violin when I was very young. Obviously, I have lost all knowledge of doing that, but you know, I did. I understand. I don't trust really anyone outside of this group. Anyone King recruits stands for the right things. It's a difficult adjustment, and I'm not making it any easier for you. There's no problem. Everyone has to live like this, never knowing what the other is truly intending, but trusting them anyway. It's new to me, but like you said, so much of this is. I'm not unwilling to learn. I just don't really understand how you all do it. You find other ways to discern. Whether in body language, tone of voice, or the most reliable source. Their actions. Yours have proven to me that you may be a reckless fool, but you are worthy of my respect and trust. Thank you, Princess. I hope we can start over. Let's start with a proper introduction. You said I could call you Lawrence instead of your title as Knight, if I so choose. I'd like to do the same. You don't have to, of course. I do love that they talk things out. These two are pretty healthy. Like, not saying Shay and Chris aren't healthy or anything like that, but they're a lot more well-adjusted, like, human beings than them, for sure. Because they're a bit older, and I think that helps. And also, they're, you know, are put in positions in which they have to be a lot more level-headed. It's alright, I want to. I'm Gayla. It's the name I chose for myself when I started living as a woman. When you started living as a... Oh. Gayla is 23 and Lawrence is 25. So there's only like a 2-year age difference. But I would argue that Gayla is actually more mature than Lawrence because she's had to go through a lot more. Gayla's so pretty, I know. I'm crying. Hello, I am back. You were missed, but we're doing good. We're still trucking. This is one of my favorite cutscenes in the game as well. I would have never guessed. That is to say, you look well. You did well. It must have been difficult. Saving himself. Difficult? Having the outside not resemble how you felt inside. I searched for ways to change the outside. In my search, I met a physician who would give me potions. They helped me with my voice, hair growth, and other things. It's how I'm able to look the way I do now. You did well. You are a very beautiful woman, Gayla. And you're quite the charmer, aren't you? Oh, no, not at all. Far from it, in fact. I was just being honest. Well, I'm glad we are on better terms now. As am I. And one last thing. Can we keep my womanhood just between us? Of course. Even king? Even king. For now. Come, we must inform the guards and shiver hold of the witch. If I make another RPG, I'm gonna have more instances where you, like, branch off with different companions or whatever, because I noticed in Chrono Trigger they do it quite a lot. I think something that kind of held me back slightly with this game is I didn't play too many RPGs before this, like, before making one myself. Like, I've played a decent amount, but not enough to, like know the patterns and shit, if that makes sense. So. Hi, my name is Lumi, and welcome to the Fair Bear, where our prices are fair and we love bears. Would you like to see my wares? Wow, that's so funny, wow. I never use antidotes, just get rid of them. You can use antidotes, they work, I just don't use them. Let's get rid of that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. We'll keep the others. Get rid of this too. We can't sell this even if we wanted to, so. Thank you, come again. I'm not really gonna buy anything because I kind of just get everything I need. I mean, you could definitely buy something earlier and say, oh. Well, I spent money I didn't need to. Okay, cool. There are so many books. This story is about a boy with a mullet, yellow socks, and a cute little black dog robot he can date. If you know, you know. Sounds insane out of context. There are so many books. This story is about the rightful heir to the throne having his father murdered by his uncle. Ooh, is it Hamlet? Is it Lion King? Is it... It's either... It's one of those two. It's Hamlet. One cup of hope. Warm cloak. Is that not stronger? Damn it. Okay, well. It'd be good for Charles, I guess. Yulia looks pretty. If only I had the strength to confess my feelings to her. Just do it, girl. Women these days. You said it, Shan. What do you want to hear from someone who has nothing to say? These NPCs were written, actually by one of my biggest helpers, Alex. He's responsible for a lot of the game's, like, world building, especially in the next game. And he actually does some writings later on for, like, one of the characters. I almost spoiled it, but he does one of the writings for some of the characters later. And was one of, like, the most helpful beta testers I had, because he just, oh my gosh, saved my life at points. Oh, those long sleepless nights with Yulia. I am truly the chosen one in this world. Damn, Sasha told me he left a potato around here somewhere. That's the spirit. I'm so proud of him. The three of us beat the blizzard to get here. Oh, how good it is to be in the company of friends. Friendship is like a good soup, right? For instance, I am the broth that joins it all together. Yulia is the noodles that are never straight when boiled properly. And Sasha is a blend of escargot butter, infused crouton, truffle dusted I don't know that word, and comfy shallots to top it all off. Do you know what I mean? Not really. Had a word with him already? He's a historian, but not your ordinary type. He chronicles not only the past, but also the future. Can you believe that? Wait, don't go! Blah. Trying my best to ignore Sasha, aka the historian. Have you ever had a person in your life you love and hate equally? Not far to seek. Same thing here. Why can't everybody be like Leia? You're the nastiest, filthiest, the most heinous and obnoxious hodgepodge of horrid sludge and vile-seeking rot, Yulia. Oh, hello there, traveler. Don't mind us. Yulia is both my best friend and the monstrous pile of garbage. That's what makes them special, and I won't let anyone treat them like that but me. Leia is somewhat acceptable, though. By the by, can you believe the greatest discovery dawned upon me the other day? The truth revealed by me, Alexander the historian, states the angels themselves, known as the Nephilim in academic circles, will tread this sorry soil once again in less than a century. Why that look, eh? Stick around for a few more years and you'll see it yourself. Besides, it was I who foretold the advent of the Frog King and the Tricky Twinkies concerto in Angelfront, while every lost soul on Fae thought the band perished crossing the rift. Don't forget to pick your jaw off the floor. Alright, Alex. Sasha, I'm sorry. Goomer. Yeah, this was my contribution. Alex's contribution, all the way down here. My contribution, Goomer. And Nay, who has no dialogue. Awesome. And Ronnie, who also has no dialogue. Awesome. We love it. We love it. Ronnie and Nay in Adventure Guild in Shiverhold need to say something. Anything. Please. Okay. Need something? We need you to come arrest a witch. Are you serious? Dead. Are you ready to leave? Yep. Take me away. I'll be having my men come retrieve her within the month. Even though she's clearly from Shiverhold? It matters not. We were the ones to stop her. What about that one in the hood? And what manner of beast is that? Why don't you mind your own? What the hell? Knight, stand down. You're gonna bring the whole place down. You two, hurry up lest we throw you right along in with her. Scum, the lot of them. Can we even trust to leave her in their custody? We'll make sure she comes to no harm in their care. If so much as a scratch is on her, we will prosecute those men to oblivion. Charles, are you okay? Chancellor, and I'm fine. I retrieved a key from the witch. I believe it opens that gated door to the left of this cave. How many of these enemies can I avoid? Not even gonna open that chest, I don't care enough. Just have to go without it. Ophelia is such a pretty name. It makes me think of the song Ophelia the most by somebody. If I saw it, I would recognize it. Rude. Nice. That's what it's all about. Do you want to use the ice cave key? Yep. Look, I'll pay you anything you want. Just let me go. Duke, what are you doing here? Princess. King, too. And company. Why are you here? And that witch? I've been hunted like some rabbit. Assassination attempts. Can you believe that? Does Prince know about this? Duke, my star, hello. I'm glad people like Duke. Duke's one of my favorites. And I actually, in some ways, kind of made him a little bit more unlikable in this game. So I was worried that people wouldn't really like it. Because he's, like, super likable in the book. Like, there's no reason to not like him. But in this one, it's like, you might not really like him. But he speaks a lot to me. Oh, he looks like a star. He is. He's a star. I'm a star! I hope not. Because if he not only fornicated with Solana, but left me here to be slaughtered, he's going to wish he was dead. I think Prince is also in trouble. Is such a thing even possible, considering his being immortal and all? I don't buy it. I don't know. We've all had weird things happening to us. Oh, have you? As bad as being chased into this Arctic wasteland and held prisoner? Sort of. Let's start from the beginning. This is preposterous. That bitch did all this? She has, yes, and Prince may be helping her. She may have influenced him in some way. So, he could be doing all this unwillingly? It's possible. But I don't want to get your hopes up. It's best to prepare for the worst case. If she has Prince as an ally, we are in even more trouble than I originally thought. How did you find me? Chancellor did, using Duchess's bow. Oh, this is my hair bow. I've been looking everywhere for this. Your bow, not Duchess's? We tend to share. So the hair led us to you instead. Yo, if this didn't happen, I don't, like, how would they have even found Duke? Like, it's kind of messed up to think there's an alternate reality in which Charles didn't pick the wrong hair and then ended up just never finding him and he just, like, I don't know, starved to death in here. or the witch just had him captive for forever. That's sad. That's a bad ending. I assumed Duchess was a blonde. No matter. I'm glad I was actually saved this time. Actually? That ice witch lied to me. She killed my assassin. I, of course, being the gentleman I am, thanked her. Then she offered me tea. I couldn't possibly pass that up. Tea is simply divine in this horrid weather. So I told her, a tea would be positively divine. And so she brought me inside, and she made me the most putrid cup of lukewarm grass water I've ever had. I don't know why I thought she could even make tea in this place to begin with, but I was trying to be polite. You know me. It would have been so sad for Duke, R.I.P. And so after drinking tea and having a mind-numbing discussion about, well, I can't even remember, she told me I wasn't going to be leaving. Can you believe that? After going through the effort to save my life, she just wanted to keep me like some sort of pet. She was even deluded enough to think I'd marry her. The witch is a yandere, I didn't even realize that. Like, she legit just is. Unfortunately, Duke's power makes a lot of people into yanderes, so it's actually kind of a scary power for him to have. She wanted to marry you? It's in part to my marked ability, my witch power. I have a little mark here between my neck and ear, see? I have natural magnetism. I am a beauty in the eyes of many. You know what they say. Beauty is truly a gift and a curse. Yes, I was thinking it right now. Oh, this is scary. Gonna put him in a cage. I wouldn't be caught dead marrying a woman like that. Her hair is matted. She smells like meat. It was nearly a fate worse than death. Much like this conversation. What was that? Hey now, I take it back. Just keep your beast at bay. I don't want any trouble. She won't bite. Unless provoked. We don't want to cause trouble. We're colleagues now. And I take it this is my little brother, Chancellor. Our hound Huggy, and I'm Knight, or just Lawrence suffices. It's good to make your acquaintance, dear. Now that I get a good look at you, you're really quite a handsome fellow. I don't know why someone so handsome would insist on wearing such drab, though. Remind me to take you shopping once this whole mess is dealt with, dear. Handsome? Shopping? Duke Arvai icon, yes. I threw everything I love into Duke. Just everything. Just take it. Take it all. He is the beauty. I love Duke very, 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 very much. I think, like, he's definitely up there with my favorite characters, period. And probably anything that I've done, to be honest. It's the blonde. You give him blonde, it's done. You can't do anything about it. There's just a lot to love. The princess and the princess and Chancellor as well. Some color would do you both some good. Cloth and sun. I have to decline. Sounds like a waste of time. These two goths. These just emos. Your styles aren't the only things that are drabs. And yours aren't the only ones that are obnoxious. That's enough. Let's get out of this cave. There should be some black strands of hair on that bow. That will lead you to Duchess, surely. Duke has been added to the party. Oh gosh. Okay, I might actually have to replace the dog. But you know what? We've been streaming for quite a while. I'm quite tired. I'm sure everybody else is kind of tired. But I wanted to introduce Duke and have that really cute scene with Gala before I left, so I'll worry about the party switching later. I'm tired. But I did do some good work. I caught some typos that were annoying. I fixed one major bug. Pretty good stuff. Not too bad. Got pretty far in the game, too. Not if I had to guess how far we are, I'd say we're like a third, maybe a fourth, third, somewhere in that ballpark. Yes, congrats on the work. I'm glad that I actually got work done. You know how how I don't have always the most success in that field because I'm too busy doing this. but you know, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Plus the next is like a dungeon, and then the party events are all introduced, and there's just a bunch. So definitely show back up on Saturday if you're interested in seeing all that, because that's where a lot of the bulk of the game is. And God, it's such a long game. It's so long. I didn't mean for it to be. I really didn't. I wanted to keep it like 5 hours. Yeah, that's not true. That didn't happen. This stream was 3 hours, and I know what the fuck I'm doing. So that just goes to show you everything. But before we all do our thing, I gotta make a couple announcements for the end of the stream. First, well, there's nothing to show on my schedule, but a lot of the schedule will be the same for next week, outside of Thursday. So Tuesday we'll be playing Quaint again. If you haven't seen the Quaint playthrough by Hero, it's on my YouTube channel right now. I really love Quaint, and I'm really excited to get back into it. I even have some theories from last stream, and I'm excited to dive back in and see part 2. I have been summoned. Yeah, I was just like, oh, we're going to be playing Quaint next week. Then I'll be resting for Monday and Wednesday. Thursday we'll be back with our Wonderland, and we will be delving into part 5 of our Wonderland, so I'm really excited. Then Friday we will be playing more Seaside Inn. I played it last night and it was wonderful. I'm excited to play more of it tomorrow. If you guys want something really cozy and mermaids and slice of life and like a nice little summer relaxing game, it is the game. I recommend every game I play on stream, absolutely 1000%. So if you haven't played any of these, play them. But Seaside Inn was really sweet and nice yesterday, and Lord of Lies is alright too if you feel interested. But I will definitely be playing Lord of Lies probably every Saturday until I finish. I think I was able to make some pretty good strides this time, and I think I'll be able to do even more next time as well. So I'm pretty excited. And then that's pretty much it. That's pretty much in regards to my schedule. Next is I'm running 2 jams, so let me reintroduce those again. Chat Sim Jam starts in how many days now? Like 6? Less than a week. I will be streaming every entry for Chat Sim Jam, so if you ever wanted to make a Chat Sim, now is the time to do it. It also overlaps very nicely with Otome Jam this year. I'm just saying. So I'm really excited for that. I'm running it with Max and Rotten Teeth, and it's just going to be a great old time. We've been posting about it as the... even RoboBarbie's making a game for it this year, which is really exciting. Next will be... And then I'll be running another jam. Joy, get out of the way. I'll be running Just Say After Dark, which is later this year, so you have a little bit more notice. It starts July 31st and goes through Halloween, and it's a NSFW jam targeted towards women, so we're trying to get some more NSFW. It's run by myself, Lacey Digital, and Snacks, my mods and best friends here, so we're really excited to, you know, plot together and get some more NSFW games in the space. I will be making a game for this jam, and I hope that you guys do the same, because it could be fun. That's all I'm saying. Just like a spin-off DLC, some NSFW for some pre-established characters. Could be fun. I don't know. Just keep it in mind. Yes, excited for Tuesday and Saturday. The program for the other days is amazing too, but time zone. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm glad that my schedule enables me to have 2 daytime streams now and not just all nighttime streams, because, you know, it's glad that I get to do both, and I don't have to really sacrifice too much. But like I said, the VODs are always up on YouTube, so if you ever feel like you want to see the ones that you can't be here for, that is the place to see them. What else? I almost forget every time. I should start to plug my games more. I make games. Obviously, I played my game today. I plan on making another game for Otome Jam this year. That is something I am publicly announcing now. I've kind of said it to people, but I will be participating in Otome Jam this year. I have never participated in Otome Jam, so that's going to be really fun, and it's quite a big game. But I'm really excited, and it's actually in the same universe as Lord of Lies, so this is actually good preparation for that. Not that you need to play Lord of Lies in order to enjoy my Otome Jam project. They're just in the same universe. Actually, some characters don't even show back at all. So it's more just same art, same universe. It's just easier to digest is what I'm saying. And I think that's about it. Same as always. I'm going to be uploading everything to YouTube. Catch me. I'll be taking a rest for the next 2 days, and then I'll be back with Quaint on Tuesday, which I'm very excited about. So be there or be square, basically. Other than that, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day off, and I hope you guys do the same. Enjoy your days. Get some sleep, butter, and others who have a very later time zone. Some of it's night for you guys. So thank you for dropping by, as always. Means the world. And I had just a lot of fun, as I always do. And that's enough for me. So Bye!